I
We're
thought you
live.
knew all that shit.
We're live.
Hello.
Oh yeah, so that's why I stopped.
And now we know about yogurt.
And
All right, so welcome back, Mr. Crocus.
hey, it's good to be here. Sorry.
You know Ponch, right? Have you guys know each other? Have met before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm new here.
I don't know if we've been in the same room. Have?
Poker
Wow.
at
Oh
Chuck's.
God. Oh, jeez.
At Timmy's? Oh no, okay.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Tim.
Yeah, Chucky's poker outside. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then one time at your place, Dan. Might have been like
Cool.
Adam's bachelor party or something.
Yeah, I remember all those nights very clearly.
Oh, do you remember? Oh, she just hit him in the face. Dude, that had like 6,000 views of me getting hit in the face by a stripper.
That was on like break.com.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead with the recap, Dan. I'm going to take over. Everybody's going to shut up.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Adam. Thanks for bringing some order to this nonsense. Yeah. So anyhow, welcome back, Crocus. So now we have 5 members of our party. Yeah, we're gonna start off a little differently this week. We're gonna save the recaps, kinda. We're gonna start off back in the Stonehill Inn. Everybody got is the thing going with the right map and everything? You guys?
Yeah, I see good old Elsa.
Elsa.
Yeah.
Elsa's working. She's cleaning the kitchen, or she's cleaning the tables. Good.
I don't see us, but
Good job. So
I'm
What?
not doing anything weird with the innkeeper's son, I promise.
you wake up. All of the things that you and I have discussed have occurred.
Okay.
And this is sort of picking up at that exact moment that you awoke, and I described that. Let's see, I can give a little recap, a little bit of that part of the description. Black when you awoke in a cold sweat, filthy and smelling of vomit as you reoriented yourself to the material plane. Right, and so you had that sort of whole thing happen that you know about, and now you see Pip, Toblin Stonehill's son, the innkeeper's son. You see him standing in front of you, and he gives you a wink. He opens he swings open the wooden shutters to the window that are in this room, and he jumps out of the window, which is on the second floor. You hear him sort of softly land in a pile of garbage and scurry off into the down the street.
Not to interrupt, but is there supposed to be sound or not yet?
I hear
Or do
like
I hear
glasses and shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hear it. I'm
you
sorry.
just hear the ambient sound of the tavern at this point.
Whatever.
Yep. No, it's good.
You may be able to change the volume on your own. I don't know if I.
Where do I go to do that to
It's
change
fine.
the volume?
I think in
I think
roll
if you go
20,
to settings, right?
roll 20, you go to settings, master
Music volume level, yeah.
You click on the
Sweet.
gearbox.
Sweet.
Right
Oh,
next to the
it's
hamburger
cranked all the way
menu.
up? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear it. It's my fault.
I can turn it up slightly too. I think the master volume.
So he's covered in vomit. Okay.
And in your hand, you have the glass orb.
Yes.
All right. What would you like to do?
First, I kind of scrape some of the vomit and like, what? I'm not sure where this came from. Then I go down the stairs. My legs
There
are
are some clean clothes in this room. There's towels. You could tell that someone had been caring for you because there's like basins and stuff, wash basins and changes of clothes. And,
Oh, so I am clean.
You're not currently, but there's clean clothes there that you can throw on.
All right. What do they look like? Are they my clothes?
They're similar.
Yeah.
You had been in sort of like bed clothes that they had put you
All right.
in. So your
So I
like
take that
street,
stuff
your
off.
street clothes, your stuff that you used to wear, your outer clothes are all sitting there folded in a corner. So you
All
can
right.
kind of put on a new
So
set
I
of
put
underwear.
those on,
Yep.
and then I throw the bugbear hide from Clark around my shoulders.
All right.
Kind of just cozy up to that, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. So I go down the stairs and I go outside.
So as you're walking down the stairs, the owner, Toblin Stonehill, and his wife are sort of standing here, and they look absolutely shocked, like they're seeing a ghost. And they're actually speechless as you walk by, and they're just kind of looking at you suspiciously.
I just tip my imaginary hat. Good evening.
And they say, "Sir Blackwin, you're okay?"
That remains to be seen.
Do you need food or drink? Are you?
Yeah.
Toblin snaps his fingers a couple times, and they're both staring at you as they're scurrying around. Their eyes are not leaving you because they're so surprised that you're suddenly just awake. And Trilena runs over. She grabs some rolls. She stuffs some in your pockets. She hands you another one. She gives you a big carafe of some real cool water, and says, "Is there anything else we can get you?" I hate to say, your friends left about 12 hours ago. They had been checking in on you, but they're not here, and I don't expect them back for some time.
No, you guys have already done more than enough. Thanks for keeping me alive. I'm gonna go see what they're up to. I think that they might need me.
Okay. Well, it's great to see you back up on your feet. Your friends are the heroes of the town. They've done so much good for us. We told them we were going to take care of you, no matter how long it took for you to get back to us. So we're really glad to see you here. And they bow, and they keep bowing.
Are they okay? Like, is anyone injured, or did they seem okay when they left?
Yeah, your friends took care of the Red Brands and Glassstaff. And Toblin starts to sort of ramble a little bit, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. This is all too much. You've been asleep for quite some time. If you're going to find your friends, I'm sure they can fill you in on the rest."
Yeah, well, I'm glad they took care of all that shit. I'll see you guys again, hopefully. Thank you again for everything.
And again, they just keep bowing, and then they're kind of looking at each other with just their mouth, like kind of that look, like, what just happened here?
I like that they're nice to me, though.
They're big fans of your group.
Ooh, what's Elsa up to?
She's just doing her thing. She's doing her job. Remember, she's not the most attractive. She's got the kind of black and white spiky hair all over the place.
Oh.
Like it's almost like dreadlocks, kind of.
See, her avatar is pretty nice.
Yeah, no, that's just the standard avatar. That's not all what she looks like.
You got a little warlock in you?
She looks more like if Cruella de Vil were a garden gnome.
Ooh. All right.
That's a solid description.
Very nice.
But she also is looking at you like she's just seen a ghost, or So, all right. What would you like to do?
I would like to exit the inn, and as I'm doing so, I take a look at the orb, trying to figure out exactly what I'm supposed to do with this thing.
Okay. All right. So you step outside of the inn, and you hold up the orb, and you start to peer into it, as was described to you, and you see all your friends. You see Deckard with his crossbow and his dagger, and you see Alaric with his big greatsword, and you see Thoradin the dwarf. He's carrying a sword now, a gleaming sword that you hadn't seen him with before.
Nice.
And they have two other short people with them, and you're looking a little bit closer, and you realize one of them is a goblin. And you've seen goblins before. One of them is the skinniest goblin you've ever seen. And he's just sort of bouncing around with the rest of the group. And I recall that Alaric and Deckard and the rest of the party isn't huge fans of goblins, but either way, there's a goblin running with them. And then on the other side of Alaric, you see a short gnome who you'd never seen before. He happens to have a big glass staff across his back through his robe. And he also is just sort of bouncing around happily. On his shoulder, and the vision isn't that clear, but on his shoulder seems to be some sort of a small rodent creature, a squirrel, a rat, a possum, something like that.
Okay.
And anyhow, you see them on the Tribor Trail. You recognize the Tribor Trail right where you had like sort of turned off.
Yeah.
Came into this town a long time ago, and you see them walking off of the trail and straight into the thick woods to the north.
Okay. So I'm gonna head in that direction.
All right. So
I'm like, holy shit, what did I miss? But I'm also, when I see the gnome, I'm relieved.
Interesting. Okay. So what you see so you spend a good 6 or 8 hours walking along the trail. Let's see, what am I do here? Let's see. So you start walking. That didn't work. Oh, yeah, it did. It was just flagged. Oh, yeah, this is laggy. Sorry. You're walking along the trail, and right here you see that same spot. So you see that you do get to, and the travel's mostly uneventful. But as you see that spot, and now you can see the woods that they headed into. You got another 5 or 6 hours. You got about another 4 hours probably till you get to those woods.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and describe to me what a situation that you may have encountered along your travel, and what you would have done about it.
So I'm walking along. I'm in high spirits because I'm excited to see my buds and also like kind of get back in the game a little bit. And I keep hearing this little little skittering behind me, just like. And anytime I look back over my shoulder, there's nothing there.
Story? Sorry.
Yeah. There are trees around, right?
Yes. It's light trees here, and it gets thicker and thicker as you're heading towards this dense forest.
So I keep walking in warily. I know that I have to go in this direction, but I don't like that there's always a sound behind me. And even when I turn back to look, the sound is still behind me. So I'm walking along, and I trip on a root that's just sticking up out of it because I'm not looking, because I'm looking at what the sound is, right? And dropping down from the trees are these 3 spiders that are the size of a wagon wheel. And they have human eyes. Oof. And on the ends of their feet, instead of points for their feet, they've got human hands.
Oh, fuck this shit.
So they're walking on human hands. And I can tell that they're a woman's hands. Like they've got long nails that that's what the skittering is, that it's kind of like scraping on the dirt and the rocks. And when they open their mouths to speak, just gobs of tar start dripping out. And I'm scared. I'm like, this is not what I wanted to see on the trail. Also, why do I got to see this when they're not here? Like I'm alone. And I got to see this. But they don't seem natural. So I want to use some aspect of my magic to find out exactly what these are. And I know that I've been out of it for a while. No, that's just great. This is perfect. So I would say if you have a suspicion of these things being like a magical illusion, I would roll an Arcana check to see if you know of a type of an illusion. If you're really just like, is this shit real? Are they casting the right shadows? Are they making sounds that seem like of this physical world? I would have you roll investigation. I would say it's an illusion because I've never heard of a creature. Like I don't get the human eyes and the human hands. Like that doesn't sound like anything that I've ever heard of.
Right.
And I'm not a fan.
All right, so go ahead.
The fact that I heard them behind me even when I was not facing, like it just seems something's wrong.
Okay, so it doesn't seem natural, and you're like, this is some kind of an illusion, and you're trying to okay, so go ahead and roll your Arcana check, which is a D20, and I think you have a +2 on that from your intelligence.
Okay. D20.
And I have a difficulty check that I've already written down for this one.
Oh shit! You see that?
Nope, I was on the wrong screen.
Nice.
Oh, natural 20?
Nice.
Hell
First
yeah.
roll back.
I'm back, dude.
He's back, baby. That's it.
So you kind of stop for a second. You're walking and you're like, you're getting that creepy feeling and the noise. And once you trip, you're like, settle down. This is silly. Never seen a fucking spider with hands. And,
Oh, God, me
human
neither.
eyes.
Fuck
And you
that.
remember, then it clicks in your head. A Lori Rax. That was one of her favorite illusions to fuck with humans when she was trying to kind of put some terror into them. It's been a long time, but for whatever reason, it just pops back into your head and you're like, fuck. And once you do that, you just kind of laugh even. You just stand there as the spiders are bearing down at you now real quickly, and you just giggle and laugh as they just sort of disintegrate in front of you. And you turn and start walking at a normal pace, completely calm.
Hell fucking yeah, I do. Are
All
we not
right.
allowed to say the F word?
Oh, you're allowed. Yeah. Streams for PG-17.
PG-17.
Your stream is trended for mature audiences.
So you continue. At this point, you're walking further. Now you get towards the actual sort of edge of the woods. And my mouse just went all Parkinson's. So you just did like a Y kind of. You just ran around the outside of the woods a few times, and then you got in there. And now you're like, well, this is where you saw them go, and you're not sure where next.
So I pull out the orb again, right? That would make the most sense.
You can try.
So I pull out the orb again to get another bearing on my direction to see, since it's
Okay.
getting thicker, you know.
Yep. Go ahead and roll a wisdom save, and I need Thoradin to roll wisdom as well with your modifier.
What did I do?
I was like, what the fuck, man? I'm trying to sleep.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you threw up on me.
We have a lot to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about.
All right, hang on.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
no.
Okay. So you see very clearly. You see, at first you're looking through the orb and you just see Thoradin. You see his face and it's sort of like zooming out of his face. So it's sort of like that Wizard of Oz scene where like Dorothy's down in the field and you just see Dorothy and then it's backing out and you see the field. So you're kind of like zooming out like bird's eye view. And you see Thoradin talking to the goblin.
Yeah.
And they're standing at this place in the woods where it looks to you from what you can see out of the orb, it's just an open part of the woods. I mean, it's just like they're standing under a bunch of trees. But the goblin's excited and he's jumping up and down and Thoradin's pointing at him and the goblin falls to the ground and starts sniffing around. And then he points in a direction. And now you can see through the orb that there are some footprints. They're faint, but there's a foot trail. There's like matted down grass from the point where they're at, leading further and deeper into the woods. And you have locked on mentally exactly where that little crossing is, and you know it's a couple hours further into the woods where you're headed.
Okay.
So what would you like to do?
Can I just keep going?
Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna follow that same path. I just want to
I'm
make
just
sure
gonna
there's
go. Yeah,
nothing else we can do.
I'm jogging now. I'm feeling they're close.
Yep. It's getting dark. It's nighttime now. You have dark vision though, up to 60 feet. So what that means is you're seeing basically through like night vision goggles. It's black and white, so to speak. You see shades of gray.
Yeah.
And you're moving quietly and swiftly through the woods. But you know, it's nighttime, it's dark. You're in the middle of nowhere. There's going to be another sort of situation to overcome.
Right.
Can you tell me what else you might be encountering?
Yeah, I keep going and I see brightness up ahead, kind of like little glimpses through the trees, just like little sparkles. And as I get closer, I smell wood smoke, and I
So,
realize
what-
that there's
Sorry, you said
What?
you smell what? It kind of broke up.
wood smoke.
Oh, wood smoke. Okay.
Like hickory.
Yeah,
Like
no,
it-
it smells
like
just like
hickory.
hickory. Yeah, and I can smell cooking meat, and I can hear
Is
low
it
voices.
Dan Hagler's big green egg in the middle of the woods?
Yeah. Does he have a big green egg?
Yeah, it's just all he ever
That's the only
does.
thing he puts on Facebook.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I see that there's a campfire, but then when I look further to the left, there's also a campfire, and to the right, there's a campfire. And there's just close enough that there are these kind of channels of darkness, like Sam Fisher style, where I can either try and approach the campfire or I can try and sneak past it. And I can't tell exactly what's sitting around the campfire, but they seem large. And so I decide to just try my hand at getting through without investigating too much.
So, are you trying to be stealthy, like a stealth
I'm trying
check?
to use stealth, yeah.
Okay, that's good. You're being pretty quiet. Okay, yeah, just go ahead and roll that straight up, and you get your +2 on that, I think.
Yeah. Mm.
Thanks for walking.
Okay, so like you said, there's little pockets of darkness, and you're kind of like dipping in. You're trying to weave your way through them because you know that to go around this encampment or whatever it is going to add a lot of time to your trip, and
Right.
you may get off your path. So you're like, I need to just try to risk it and get through these campfires or whatever.
Yeah, I'm a little impatient at this point.
Yeah. But as you're kind of dipping through, again, another route that you weren't expecting just kind of trips your foot, and you spill over into one of the lit areas, and you fall onto a tent. And fortunately, most of the camp is sleeping because it is the middle of the night. The fires that you saw are sort of smoldering down. They're not even really that lit, but you hear some screaming and yelling, of course, because somebody was asleep and some body just fell on them, and the tent door starts to open. Now you can roll to try to make a real sweet little roll move to jump back into the shadows, or you can do something else if you want to try to intimidate these guys.
Well, I see that there are orcs that have taken over a human encampment, so it's not even their tent. So I decide to just do the backwards roll back into the shadows.
Okay, so make an acrobatics check, which you also get a +2 on.
God. Did it not say +2?
11.
No, that was with your +2.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, so you make the roll and get out of the camp, but you roll the wrong way. Just because
So
you
now
didn't have
I'm in
a
the
lot
middle
of...
of the camp.
No, you're back behind the camp again.
Oh, okay.
So at this point, everybody's running around. They don't know what happened. People are screaming. The whole place is waking up, and you decide that maybe the better course of action is to detour the whole camp, which is going to add a little bit of time to your trip.
Could I create a distraction though, and then bolt through?
Sure, go ahead. Tell me what
I
you're
was
trying
thinking
to do.
about. So there's the one tree that's kind of overhanging the camp with its branches. I was thinking about just launching an eldritch blast at it to just explode it on fire.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and let's see. Let's roll a performance check.
Psycho.
Okay, so +3.
The Eldritch Blast is a cantrip. It's
Sorry,
no
my
big deal for you.
computer's running slow, so tabbing between Vintage Gaming and D&D Beyond is +3. I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
No, that's okay. That there was different difficulty checks on all these. So you kind of, as you are behind the camp, you shoot a bolt up there, and it's almost like a lightning strike, and sparks are going everywhere. And
Yeah.
at that point, people in the camp just start scattering. They jump
Yeah.
back into their tents. They run into the woods. You take advantage of the chaos to slip through and get to the other side.
And I'm just running at this point. I got my thumbs at my temples, so the branches that are lashing my face and stuff. I'm just like, I gotta get to my buds.
Yep.
They're not gonna believe this.
So you tear through the other side of camp and kind of look back behind you, and there's just chaos. They're running around everywhere. No one kind of noticed you.
Yeah.
And you get through.
And I do feel a little guilty for setting that tree on fire. But I mean, what if it started a big forest fire and like some wolves lost their den? I don't know.
You love your wolves, man.
I do.
Glad you missed the last session.
It's really funny that just as a side note, oh god, it's really funny that you came up with the fact that there were orcs here, because there was an actual quest that the group could have done in this area that had orcs.
Really?
Yeah, the group got it at one point, but it was just sort of like a whatever.
Good job.
Well, I took care of them. Blew up the tree. No more shade for you guys.
Slaughtered them like animals.
I
Okay,
hate them.
so now you are deep into the woods. You're following this sort of like foot trail thing, and it just keeps going on and on. You're not sure if your friend. Now you've been traveling a good, 12 hours or so. You're not sure if your friends are in front of you, behind you. It's been a while since you scryed on them through the orb.
Okay. I better check that orb one more time then.
Okay. Roll another wisdom check with your modifier, and Thoradin, roll a wisdom check.
Yes, sir. Just trying to see how stupid I am tonight. That's good.
Wow.
So get these rolls out, all right? Get this out of your system.
Yeah, we're
This
gonna
is-
need you later,
This
bud.
is the system punch. Get used to it.
Thoradin, you are,
Yeah.
okay. So, Blackwing,
Yeah.
you see Thoradin, the goblin from before, Alaric, Deckard, Spargle, sitting around a campfire. There's dead wolves all around them. And they're starting to fall asleep. They're letting Spargle go to sleep, and Deckard is sort of sitting there taking watch. Alaric and Thoradin start to fall asleep. Thoradin, you feel like the sensation, almost like the mental sensation, not the physical sensation, of somebody breathing on your neck, or just like if you were alone in a room and you just felt that like creepiness of something like being in the room, but there's not, and you don't know what's going on. So it puts you at unease for a bit, but eventually you keep looking at Deckard. Droop is sound asleep. Deckard's watching guard, and he's got eagle eyes. You guys had just defeated the ogre. You just sent that ogre running away, and then like the wolves and everything you took care of. So you feel pretty safe, but just a little creeped out, and eventually you fall asleep. Okay, Blackwing, you realize that the path that you're on very soon is going to take you to that
Okay.
camp. So you continue on the path.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So just out of character, behind the scenes, you failed, or you've succeeded 2 of 3 of your skill challenges that I described to you. So I don't have a map for this. We could play this Theater of the Mind. But as you're walking down, now you start to notice that the path that you're on with that head was like sort of like matted down grass. You start to see bigger sort of footprints. You see what's probably Alaric half-orc sized footprints. You see cowboy boots with like little like spur kind of hooks in the mud. I'm sorry, I know you don't wear spurs, but you get the like cowboy boot kind of feel there, and you see little sets of footprints from the dwarf and the goblin, and you're on the right track. All right, and you're getting closer, and it's getting close to dawn at this point.
Yeah.
A couple hours away from dawn. Make a Make a perception check, because I'm gonna, even though I told the whole group I'm not doing this, but I'm gonna assume that you're being very cautious as you're going through the woods.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
go ahead and
yeah.
make a perception check.
And can I, when I'm like within 100 yards, can I just do something?
Oh God.
Of their camp or whatever.
I think with
Yeah,
that
just
kind of
when I'm
roll,
like-
you can
when
probably
I'm
do whatever
close.
you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't think you're that close yet. I mean, you don't hear
Okay.
them or see anything. You just know you're on the right track. You may still be another hour away or
Okay.
minutes away, but I'll let you know when you see them.
Okay.
So you rolled a 21 on your perception roll?
I did.
Nice. All right. So you hear what you would imagine the sound of like a two-legged elephant stampeding towards you would sound like.
A two-legged elephant.
Right? Like, so basically, like, you hear like the ground's pounding, the sound of like pounding, but a
Yeah.
bipedal,
Yeah.
That's a terrible
but
image.
that much weight and magnitude.
Okay.
Did we lose Crocus's video?
Yeah, I did.
I did too.
I'm
Well.
gonna switch us to US East real quick. Hold on.
Oh, you got lost in the.
Oh, that's so much better. My computer was really struggling, but now everyone's moving better.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Yeah, these servers are touchy. Okay, so did you catch all that, Blackwin? You got
Yeah,
that?
so
you heard
I hear somebody, they're running straight for me like they know where I'm at.
My gosh, where do you find this stuff?
that? You don't get the sense that it's purposefully running towards you, but it's certainly getting louder, and you're
Okay.
on a path, so it's logical to assume it might be on the path.
Okay. So I just keep going. At
Towards
this
it?
point, I've gone. So, I'm like, let's get this over with. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I'm nothing's gonna get between me and getting to that camp now. I don't care what it is.
Makes sense. Let's see. So you see smashing small trees and running through the area that you're in. I don't know. Did it pop up on your screen?
Yeah.
You see this huge, beastly-looking creature, humanoid creature, about 10 feet tall, with a big. He's got a big club, and he's
Yeah.
got like chains in like that are sort of wrapped around his wrist, but the chains don't have anything on them. But
Right.
for whatever reason, he's got just chains dangling from his arm, and then a big club in the other arm. He's running and smashing trees out of the way, terrified. He looks scared. But once he sees you, he takes two hands around his club and he starts charging at you. Roll for initiative.
My roll 20 is a little wonky. Like the rolls are not.
Crocus's rolls aren't showing up for me.
Yeah, it's really weird. I'm gonna try to reload it real quick. See if that.
I think I might try and use my laptop for roll. I wonder. It couldn't be anything on my end, could it?
No, I
'Cause
don't
just
think-
my
no,
computer.
I don't
is
think-
Not
running-
that would be affecting everybody.
Okay.
I'm in the log, Adam, or is it just the actual dice graphic, whatever?
It's just a.
I
I'm
don't see the
seeing it in the
graphic.
log. It's just weird. Like I'm not hearing the sounds and.
Right, like you probably see mine, right?
Yeah, I saw that. Yep. That
Yeah, I
was
don't. When Crocus does it, I don't see his.
That's really weird.
All right, Crocus. So you get the jump on him. Even though you both see each other at the same time, you're a little bit quicker than he is. He's barreling through trees. You're standing there ready for him.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I want to charm him.
Okay.
Can I cast charm person on an ogre?
Let me see what that does. And does so with advantage. You're not fighting it yet. If it fails the savings throw, it's charmed by you, and the charmed creature regards you as a friendly creature. Okay, yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
He's not the most
That's my
wise.
wisdom. That's with my wisdom, right?
You should have like a spell attack save DC that he's rolling against. So it's your save DC. It's his wisdom.
So it's 13 for. It says
13,
wisdom
okay.
13.
Okay, and I'll let you in that ogres are not the most wise.
Okay.
Show you. I'm only going to show you guys this when it's something cool.
But since it's wisdom, I should do
Can you
+5.
see that? That was a natural 1. So, you let's see. Yep. So you go and you sort of weave your spell, and you just put your hands up, and you're like, "Hey, it's fine. I'm not your enemy." And you cast your incantation, and he kind of stops for a second, looks around, he looks over his shoulder, still a little bit terrified, and he looks back at you, and he lets out a breath, and he just kind of stands there for a second, and he says, "Friend,
Yeah.
they're chasing me. I gotta go. And you come with me."
Yeah, dude. Yeah, go. I'll be right behind you. I'll make sure that they're not coming too fast. I'll make them. Don't even worry.
You good friend. You stopped the guys with the arrows, the bolts.
Yes. Yes.
And he starts running into the woods. And he keeps going. He's super happy that somebody's got his back. He was terrified that these guys were chasing him.
You're a good friend.
And he's gone. He's like, what an idiot.
Look at that fucking ogre's gone.
So are you gonna continue on the path?
Yeah, I'm still going.
All
And
right.
At this point, this is funny. Like, I'm just like, what else can Lolth throw at me? Or whoever.
Let's see. 1 second.
Yeah, what is he gonna catch me, Drew blowing me, and like a dead wolf next to me? Is that what's gonna happen?
We'll see.
All right. Okay. After another 30 minutes down the path, you get close. You see that the path cuts off to one side, and that seems to be an opening over there. And you notice that there's a campfire. Very likely the spot that you saw your friends sitting around.
Okay. So at that point, I just I cut my hands to my mouth and I go, "Oh!" like it's a wolf. Just because I saw the dead wolves.
Oh, good. All right.
So
Everybody.
am I on watch?
Everybody, yeah, so it's almost dawn. Deckard's on watch, looking around. Everybody else is asleep, including Drew. The dead wolves have been sort of dragged off to the side of the camp to not stink and rot the whole place. And Deckard, make... so Blackwin, roll Deception, and Deckard, roll Insight.
All right.
Let's see.
Oh. I mean, I guess it's good that he knows it's me so that he doesn't shoot me.
Shoot you?
22.
Okay. So Deckard, as you're sitting there, you know, everything's been quiet since the big ogre ambush thing, but you're watching because you're like, if that fucker comes back, you're going to start firing more bolts into it. But you don't hear anything until just before dawn. You hear this, and you're like, the fuck was that? Who's trying to pretend to be a fucking wolf?
And
And at that, you have pinpointed a humanoid about 60 yards away, off to the side of the woods, who's trying to pretend to be a wolf.
all right, which direction?
Due west, the same way down the path where the
Okay, so from over. Okay, so from over here. Oh, okay. So I start kind of moving this way. Like, what in the Sam Hill is that? And I
right.
move to try and peek around what's going on over here.
Black, when you realize that your wolf ruse wasn't all that great, and you see
Yeah.
Deckard walking over, you realize that he probably heard you.
Right. So I just hold up the orb, but I'm like, I just saw you guys killed a bunch of wolves, and I wanted to just mess with you a little bit because you know that I like dogs. But how's everyone?
I'm like, what in the? I say it again. What in the Sam Hill? And I'm like, I was about to shoot you in the ass with a crossbow bolt.
Would not be the first time, my friend.
I know. Wait, like, what happened? You're good. You're back. What happened to you?
I don't know if I'm good, but I'm definitely back. I woke up in the inn. I don't really remember. I don't know.
Well, man,
They
you've
said
been
you
out.
were gone, so I found you. How long has it been?
It's been Dan, how long's it been?
It's been a good. I can tell you almost exactly. Hold on one second. It's been about a week and a half.
You've been out for about 10 days. You've been out. Lots
Yeah.
happened since you went down.
What happened? How did I go down? I don't know.
I don't really know, man. We'll have to go talk to Alaric. He ran. There was this weird little dude sitting in the inn, and you went up to lay down or something, and this little.
Oh, the innkeeper's
No.
son. Yeah, that was fine.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the kid. It was some like halfling or something. Ran upstairs, and you
Oh, yeah.
screamed, and then something happened, and then Alaric came up and checked on you. We can go ask him. He might know more.
Yeah. No,
Are you? But were you conscious? Did anything happen while you were?
no. I just woke up and they gave me some rolls. I have some rolls. I drank all the water, but I just found you guys.
Did Elsa make the rolls?
I believe so.
Oh, all right. I'll have some of those.
Okay.
Sure.
I
All right, well,
give them
well,
all
I
my
think-
rolls.
well, welcome back, man. I mean,
Thanks.
you know what? I reach into my pocket and I go, and I toss something toward you. So I toss something to Blackwin. I don't know if he catches it. I don't know.
Do I have to roll to catch it?
No, I mean if it's just a regular toss of something like
Yeah,
Yeah,
if it's
I
like a
catch
jade frog,
normal
he just catches
size?
it, that's fine. Yeah, he's just a jade frog. He catches it. That's fine.
You,
that what
you
you
ruined
got?
it.
5 gold on a J Frog. 5 gold on a J Frog.
That's definitely the jade frog.
Alaric's
It's the
sleeping,
Jade
but he's got-
Frog.
He's betting on it.
Hey, you kept it.
No, I got it from Alaric the other day, but welcome back.
Thanks, dude.
Sorry I shot you in the ass. Say
No,
one
it's
time.
fine. Look, I'm fine. I got a nap.
All right. Well, Alaric might.
It's actually been about 10 days, or 10 or 11 days.
I had a coma. It's fine.
I thought it was because you ate so many spiders, but
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore.
cool. Yeah. Well, that's up to you, man. I'd be careful with that.
Yeah.
Some weird shit. I don't know. Well, hey, let's go wake everyone else up. I think they're going to be pretty excited to see that you made it.
All right, well, let's go.
And Alaric might have more. I don't know. He ran upstairs when some shit went down, so he might know more.
All right,
Okay.
so you guys get around the campfire. You can move yourselves there and wake everybody up. So at this point, the rest of you are awoken by the commotion. It's also morning time. The weird Blackwin, you didn't see this, but the rest of you saw early the other night. The black, weird, swirling fog, the oily, alien-like fog that was around you is completely dissipated at this point. Again, from where you're at, now that the light is coming up and there's no visual obstruction, you see broken peaks, about 8 little towers of varying degrees of decay, poking out of the trees, almost as if like a castle were built right in the middle of the forest with no roads or anything. A very ancient castle, which looks like it's about an hour from you. It's just on the horizon of your vision.
I'm having trouble moving my guy.
Oh, you know what? I probably need to do a thing. Hold on. Let's see. Represents Blackwin. Advanced. Don't worry about it too much here. I'll figure it out later if you can't move it in another one.
Okay.
While we're doing this, when I walk back up to the camp, like the first thing I do is I walk over to like where Droop and Thoradin are, and I just rip ass
Nice.
right where they're at.
Didn't want
And
to
then
do
I
that in
kick him
front of your
away.
boyfriend.
What's that?
Nothing.
Try moving it again, Crocus.
All right, hang on. I'm definitely going to be using my laptop.
Not good. Not working.
It's not working. Yeah.
All right. I'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You can move me. I mean, you know where I want to go.
Yep.
Hi, Dad.
Hi.
Okay,
All right.
what?
So yeah, what are you guys doing? Saying?
Well, Decker just farted, and since it's early and the sun's out, dwarves don't really sleep too well when there's sunlight. So I hear the fart, and I wake up, and I say, "Oh, not bad, lad!" And I pick up my left leg, and I just rip a louder and stronger one, and it just kind of knocks Drew back a little bit, and then I see Blackwood, and I go, "Oh, half elf, you're back! It's great to see you!" And I go up to him and I give him a huge bear hug, and I just squeeze him as hard as I can.
And I hug him back, and I'm genuinely glad to see him.
Yeah.
It's a new Blackwood.
Yeah.
All right. Spargle, you wake up to the commotion. Sounds like someone's playing tubas in both your ears for a second, and then you wake up, and you see a Blackwood. Go ahead and describe yourself, physical appearance, and then minus the like big chunk of poop hanging out of your mouth, and then Spargle. Why don't Spargle? Why don't you do the same? Why don't you? Spargle, why don't you start? So Black, when you see the gnome from the scrying globe, now sitting next to Alaric on a log. This is someone you've never seen before. You have no idea who he is. Spargle, why don't you go ahead and describe your physical characteristics, and then Black, when you do the same.
Yep, I'm about just over 3 foot, 3'2". I'm a gnome. I have thick, wild, unkempt, like orangish hair. And as it's hard to say with gnomes, but I'm adult, but I'm on the younger side. And I have reddish robes on, reddish and orange. And I look at you, and I don't look. You look. How do I have an air of like familiarity? Like you look similar to me. Like you don't look like. I'm not surprised to see you. I look like I've seen you before, and I just kind of start wandering over towards you.
Okay. So I'm a half elf, so my ears aren't totally prominent, but I have gray eyes and gray skin, and my hair is white.
Like white, yeah.
Was it long? It's like shoulder length, right? But I got it back in like a little ponytail thing
Like
in the
a
back
knot?
right now.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just average height, 6 feet tall, 170. You can't really tell how old I am.
How you dressed?
I'm pretty sure I was wearing black leather pants and a black leather shirt.
Looks like a ball.
And then I've got a cloak around my a big bugbear hide around my shoulders that Deckard skinned for me expertly.
That was an expert skin. That was a good
It
roll.
was a nice job.
Nice. Well done.
The adventuring thing doesn't work out. You can always be a taxidermist.
I don't have like a staff or anything, right?
I
don't have
you
no.
are wearing, so you have you actually have a crossbow as well,
Yeah,
a small
I have a crossbow
regular
and a
crossbow. Dagger, and you wear black leather armor, so it's kind of nice. It's like it's nothing magical or fancy, but it's like
Right.
upper, it's like
Right, and it's not too messed up. Like it's not. I haven't like been seeing ages of combat.
A crossbow, you said?
yeah, he's got a little crossbow. Looks like he doesn't use that often. He's got a nice
Not
dagger.
as nice as Deckard's.
All of his stuff looks nice.
Yeah.
It's not like it's anything fancy, but it's clearly more. It's new. It's elegant. It's more refined.
Okay, so I kind of just bound right up to you, and I look down, and I'm like, "Oh, you're that other guy." And then I look down at the crossbow and I'm like, that's nice. And I start like going right at it, and I'm like, we can add a combustor to that. That looks good.
Sweet. What's your name?
And then I raise my hand up. I'm Spargo Cinderblast.
How come I don't get a combustor?
I shake his hand. I say,
I told
Blackwood Wendrell at your service.
We should add a combustor cap to your weapon.
Oh,
But
I
we need
like
to get
that.
some inflammable pants if we do.
Sounds good.
All right. So I'm gonna like kind of fast forward it there a little bit in that. Alaric, what would you like to do? Seeing Blackwind sort of roll up into camp.
I think Alaric would approach him and just put out his hand to just for like a good friendly shake.
Hearty, sort of manly.
Yeah, no like
welcome back.
hugs or tears.
And I
but
try
like,
really
hey,
hard to match his grip back.
Yeah.
Gives you one of those.
Is anyone curious how I found them?
No one asked.
How'd you find us? What? I mean, we're out here in the middle of the woods.
I guess
hell's
I don't
going
get-
on?
I guess I don't.
And you
get
guys,
it,
you
so.
guys traveled for a good.
Oh, sorry.
12 to
Literally
16
the
hours.
only thing I wanted to ask him, but it's cool. It's fine.
Oh, I don't. Crocus brought it up, and I didn't know.
I'm more mad at Crocus than you will.
Yeah, so you guys did. I mean, so for you guys, you were 12 to 16 hours worth of travel from Phandalin to where you're at now. Wasn't a clear path, so that is a good question. It's no one unless they were. Yeah, it would have been difficult to find you.
Yeah. So I just hold up the scrying orb and I'm like, this was in my possessions, and anytime I looked into it, I could kind of see where you guys were at. It looks
And
like
what
it's
you
got
guys-
some vomit in it.
What you guys see is a perfect spherical glass orb. It's almost like ice in how flawless the glass is. Actually, ice is frostier, so it's more like glass than ice. Let's go with that. But suspended particulate in the middle of it is what looks like vomit.
So somebody wanted me to find you guys.
Just like inside the orb is like chunks of food and bile and disgusting stuff, but it's all encased in this little glass sphere.
Do you guys know anything about this?
Well, I can say, lad, that I did vomit on you by accident. I drank too much. I had a bit of a hangover.
Where was I when this happened?
In the bed, passed out.
So you
This
just
dwarf
came
had a
over and threw up on me?
I told you, lad, I was drunk and I drank too much.
But what were you doing when you were standing right next to me while I was unconscious?
Throwing up, lad. That's what I'm trying to tell
Before
you.
you threw up.
Getting ready to go to bed, to sleep.
Oh. You were sleeping in my room. That's cool. That's fine. Did you clean me up? No, you didn't.
I didn't
All right.
clean you, lad.
That's okay.
But you
Yeah.
look great. You look great. Look
Thank
at
you.
you. You know, you look
What's
like
important is now you look great.
you
Yeah.
look like Hugh Jackman, lad. You look great.
Oh, thanks.
Weapon X. All right. So
Just ate broccoli, that's all.
while all this is going on, Droop is sort of sitting on a log and he's looking at everybody, and he sees that everybody's excited that this half elf in the black leather and whatnot kind of just stepped into the camp. And he's just kind of sitting there on the log, and he doesn't let Thoradin get too far away from him before he kind of like inches over and sits. He always tries to stay 5 to 8 feet away from Thoradin. But for what it's worth, Blackwind, you see a really skinny ass little dwarf. I mean, he doesn't look or a goblin. I kept describing it to everybody else as like Dobby, the house elf from.
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like Dobby
I
with
wanna-
troll hair.
I want to introduce them. Can I do that?
We
Oh wait,
already-
I actually drew a picture of Dobby when I was drunk one night. Hold on. Where'd that go?
That was pretty good. He's a little haunting looking, though.
Yeah, well,
Well, that's what he's supposed to look like.
he's a
Yeah.
little haunting fellow. That's all.
Can I
Yeah.
I can't post an image here. Can I post an image here?
If you throw it in Discord, I could open it up.
Might have to use Imgur. All right. Yeah, there's a melancholy.
Why am I
attribute
not
to him.
seeing it? Oh, there we go. Droop.
Dan, you do have some ability to. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you're good at that.
Doodle, sketch. It's
Don't
just
know,
yeah.
don't know what I'm trying to say, but you're good at that.
Yeah, that's my brain.
That is really good.
All right.
He looks so sad.
The band is back together.
Yeah!
Everybody's at the camp. The Cragmaw Castle is within a short jog away. It's morning. Everybody's refreshed. Everybody but Deckard and Blackwin. Although
Yeah,
Blackwin,
must
you
be
don't
pretty
really
tired.
need one.
What
Everybody.
level are you guys, by the way?
Level? Well, we're level 3, but I think we've been that since the 3rd session.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm still level 3. I just didn't want to make sure that you.
I'm completely ignoring Matt every time he asks about that. I could do a recap, but the point of this sort of solo kind of intro adventure for Blackwin was to be part recap. So I'll just like skim it, and then if you guys want me to stop and elaborate, let me know. But I'll rip through it in like 2 minutes here. So last time, you guys were looking at Droop's map. It was a piece of shit. So he agreed to kind of take you there. You guys were still in the Red Brand hideout. You guys were Alark was busting around, everybody fucking everybody up in there. There was two. That was the thing. You guys had already killed the Arno, but you were going to camp out in the Red Brand hideout. Alark decided to go check out the one room that they hadn't opened yet. There's a couple of Red Brands trying to hide from you guys because they knew they were fucked. You guys killed one. I think you spared another one who, as you guys worked your way out of there, he kind of got away. Anyhow, you went back to town. You were like lauded as the heroes of Phandalin for rooting out the Red Brands and killing Glassstaff and figuring out, Blackwin, this might be new to you, that Glassstaff was Iarno Albrecht. So there was a Lord's Alliance warrior named Sildar Hallwinter who was looking for this Iarno. Well, it ends up that Iarno and Glassstaff were the same person. It was a little bit of a alter ego type of thing. So the guy from the Lord's Alliance was actually running the Red Brands. And these guys took care of them all. You guys still had Droop with you, who you still have now. You were dragging him around. You decided to cut him loose from his bonds. He said he would take you to the Cragmaw Castle. That's how you got here. You got to this little camp. Larrick took the first watch. That's when you noticed the black, oily, dark mist. And then you heard the sound of clanking chains, and this ogre came in and just tossed these wolves right into the middle of the camp, and they started scurrying around and attacking you guys in your sleep. But you guys popped up. Deckard hit the ogre with a real nice shot, and it was in such a way that the ogre was like suddenly realized he was up against some formidable foes. So it was this menacing type of an attack. And so that kind of freaked him out. Then you guys slaughtered all his wolves. Then Thoradin bounced to his feet and started screaming at the ogre. He's like, "You should run now, you fat pussy." That's a quote. I didn't come up with that. At which point the ogre took off into the woods. Alaric walked over and just one-shotted the final wolf, just split it right in half. And the ogre kind of took off into the distance. You guys all went to sleep. Deckard took watch. Blackwin showed up. Boom, we're right here.
And thanks for your patience, everyone, as I came back to the group.
No, it's cool.
I know it was the Blackwin show there for a minute.
Oh, it's great to have you back, lad.
You guys aren't getting an echo, are you, from me?
No echo.
Okay.
All right. So the band's together. You're at this camp. It's morning time. Everybody's in good shape. Blackwind is tired.
Oh,
He's been
Yeah, so mind if we
traveling
nap?
for like 16 hours straight. You guys just woke up from a nap. We have two choices here. Blackwind, you can take a level of exhaustion, or you guys can wait.
No,
I'm
I'll
gonna
take
say-
a level of exhaustion.
I'm gonna say that I'm starting to bake into the way we play this game. Short, long rests, stuff like that are gonna have consequences. So it's just not at willy-nilly that we take short rests and long rests. That's gonna advance the clock. That's gonna make certain things happen or not happen. So you might want to think about being strategic about your resting, because I'm gonna make that a thing.
Do we have?
You mean we can't just metagame and rest anytime we want?
You can't long rest after every fight. I've got plans to not make
Bullshit.
that viable.
That's why I do that in Baldur's Gate all the time.
I do it in Might and Magic all the time.
Right. Yep, I know.
Do we have anything that's like a time dependency? Like anybody? I'm trying to think of anybody who like got away, or could it be warning, or you know what I mean? Anybody in? Does anyone know we're going to Cragmaw?
I say we push on.
I got a long rest, right?
It's we. Oh no, he didn't.
Oh,
The rest of us did?
I didn't get a long rest.
You weren't hurt, were you? Well,
You only wanted a short rest to recap your whatever dice. You decided to take over because the Spargle was going to take the second shift.
Oh, did I take the first shift?
That's correct.
No, Alaric took the first shift.
So doesn't that mean I slept for that time period?
Spargle was in really bad shape, if I remember.
Didn't we get interrupted?
It was interrupted, so it was like you got like 4 hours of sleep.
Okay. So even though I slept for the first half of it, I didn't get.
Not this time. We agreed. You agreed last time to take the watch and just take the short rest.
Oh, all right.
I thought you were good with that, because that gets you your dice back, and you weren't too beat up or anything, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, you're right. Yeah. I was thinking I don't get my stuff back except for a long rest. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
I
you
get
get it on a short rest. That's why you volunteered.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you did get the. If we were doing shifts, I would have given you the long rest, but it was interrupted and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
All right. So, anything else you guys want to do or discuss?
I don't know. Does Blackwood need to eat? Like, I feel like was he good? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm ready to rock.
Okay, so you will take then Blackwind 1 level of exhaustion. So under your sheet, if you want to add this, you can go under if you click on conditions, which is right underneath your hit points, you can click on that 1 level of exhaustion. And level 1 gives you disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
So until
But
you
not
get along,
spells?
not spells, not attack rolls, just ability checks. So the things that are in that
The column.
the column. And yeah.
All right. I got level 1 exhaustion marked. Now, wait, did that automatically change those numbers? Or do I have to?
No, we just have to remember that you have disadvantage, meaning you have to roll twice and take the lower of the two.
The cool thing is, if you look at your character sheet, if you mark it, it'll always be right below your hit points under conditions.
Right. No, I have it marked. I just wanted to make sure that when I roll 20, I'm using the right modifier. Is the
Everything's
modifier
the same
but then I
except when
roll
you
twice?
except when you do ability checks. You know what I mean? When you have to do like whatever, any of your main things that you roll 20 set of dice for. Not when you're attacking things though.
Right, but I'm saying does the modifier change?
I updated some spells just because I prepare them, and I cast the mage armor for basically for the day.
Your refresh. Yep. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, so Kokos, just know that whenever you have to do an ability check, you're rolling 2 dice and using the lower of the 2.
Okay,
That's all.
so my modifier doesn't change. I'm just
Right.
I'm
No,
just hitting
nothing
two.
else
Okay.
changes except you have to roll a second die on certain things. That's all.
That's a huge bummer.
That's
Actually,
not
no,
my
it's
bad.
not. It's fine.
really not
Just
my bad.
until you get a long rest in.
Blackman, thanks for spending all night trying to find us. But we're gonna head out here. So
I'm ready, man. Can I have one of those rolls back?
yeah,
Man,
I
the
give you
fuck
a roll.
Blackwood.
What's that, Jordan?
Man the fuck up.
I'm ready, man.
All right, you guys see the right map? You see the Cragmaw Castle now?
That's not saving throws.
Yep.
It's just ability checks, right, Dan?
Right.
Okay.
At least that's my understanding. I'm not a rules expert.
No,
I'm just the guy you guys stuck
Okay.
with running this shit.
Doug's good with this stuff usually.
So
Will's my rules guy. He's usually the guy that knows all the little nuances and shit.
I know some things every now and then.
Doug's at a whole another level that I'll never get to. So
I just like when I correct Doug. That's my favorite thing.
Doug doesn't like when
yeah, he
He
loves
was
that.
no.
Yeah.
Doug
I
doesn't.
would not. I would not do that often. All right. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, you guys have like an hour to walk to the Cragmaw Castle if that's what you want to do, or you can go literally anywhere else.
That's what I say we do.
Okay.
Do it.
All right.
Yeah, let's go to Metro.
At this point, Droop is no longer leading. He's just kind of marching along with you guys. He seems to be bouncing a little bit more, kind of happy that he got you this far. You never got the sense that he doubted himself, but he still seems a little bit overly relieved that he managed to find his way back to this castle.
Can I walk up next to Alaric and I'm just kind of like, so what's with the fucking goblin?
Absolutely.
So, can I do some kind of like check here? Like I don't know how sincere he's being, or is this sarcastic, or
No, dude. After how you guys have acted about goblins and you've seen me
I know,
melt,
I know.
you've killed a bunch of them. I'm like, what's like somebody film me? Like we didn't talk about the goblin back at the camp. I didn't want to be like,
No, I
What's
know.
up with this fucking guy?
I'm just trying to see if he's toying with me or he's like, dude, seriously, what the fuck?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay.
If you get 11 or higher, he has to tell you, and if you get less, he doesn't have to tell you.
Oh, I got a 4.
So Blackwin, would you like him to think that you're being genuine, or just leave it up to mystery?
I want him to think that I'm being genuine.
Okay. So you're not really sure based on his body language or anything like that.
So I'm
But-
just gonna roll with it.
No, but he sees the look of confusion in your eye, and he's like, no, really, he's like genuine.
I'm cool with it. Like I don't have a. I'm not like.
He really wants to know. You feel like he wants to know
All right.
what's the story behind this.
So Alaric's just gonna kind of smirk and say, "I know, right? Why don't you talk to Thorin about it? It has nothing to do with me."
At that moment, Blackwin, you do notice that Thoradin and this goblin are like always in close proximity.
Okay. I decided to table it for right now. I didn't want it since the goblin's right there. Next time I get Thoradin aside, I'll ask him about it.
All right. So the group keeps kind of bouncing along towards the Cragmaw Castle. Wait a minute. Hold on a second here. Shit. This isn't going to work. We may have to figure your thing out here, Crocus, at some point, but
My movement guy.
yeah, if it doesn't work here, give me one.
Next session,
second.
I'm gonna have my laptop separate.
Oh, this is on my end, or the
Oh,
roll
okay.
20 end. This has nothing to do with you. All right. Do you guys see yourselves? Do you see the map?
I just see a board, like a partial border with some stairs.
We're like all
You-
off to the side of the map.
Oh, but you see your tokens?
Yeah,
Including Blackwin?
I see me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's all you need to see for now. Hang on one second. Why don't you guys chill the fuck out?
Oh wow,
He's so mad right now.
he's so mad.
Shit.
It's probably because he's so old.
Oh.
Let's see, Adam.
Oh,
Wow.
we're all so old. Holy shit.
Okay, you don't see that there. You guys aren't there yet. What you do see as you're walking up to this sort of structure is that it is very ancient. It is older than the Tresendar Manor that you guys were at, that had sort of all been sort of torn down. These are like ancient ruins. No one's tried to build anything like new on top of them. But you do hear like activity, right? So you hear clanging and movement and murmuring voices and stuff like that. So you none of it's like distinct enough to be able to tell who or what is going on inside of this castle, but there's definitely activity. You seem to see like movement and shadows and stuff sort of drifting back and forth across what looks like a large number of arrow slits in all the different sort of front, whatever you call those things, the round castle turret kind of round. What are the battlements? Thank you. You see those things. So as you're walking up to the castle itself, and you guys are. So are you coming right up the main stairway? Do you want to case the place first?
Yeah, I would
Are
like
you
to
coming
case
in the
the-
front door?
I would like to like scan the walls and like kind of walk around the building and just kind of.
So this is like so it's a massive structure. It's probably about 100 feet wide as you're approaching it. Do you want to go
All right.
left or right?
I'd like to go left.
Okay. So as you start to walk, is the group following Thoradin, or are you guys just watching him go on his own?
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah,
I'm following.
This is mid-morning still, right?
Yeah, it was only an hour
this
to
is-
walk there.
This is like, yeah, it's like 9 a.m.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm
As
following.
you're walking up, I'm gonna start to try to I'm gonna try to cautiously reveal some of this without giving too much away. So you start to see like the rest of the structure here. Is this working? Are you guys seeing what I'm
Oh,
doing?
this is great. This
Yeah.
is exactly what I wanted.
Okay, so you see that it goes left and right, and there's these two round sort of tower-like structures. As Thoradin starts to cut left, nobody realizes, and everybody starts to move towards Thoradin, and he's sort of leading the way. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and move him. Thoradin and the rest are just sort of following along this way. Does anybody speak Goblin?
I do.
You do.
Let me double check.
Alaric does.
Alaric and Deckard speak Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
As you're all fixated, the group is all fixated on Thoradin going left and sort of just checking the place out and trying to stay real tight to the wall and just kind of seeing if there's any sort of threats. Nobody noticed that Droop sort of hung back. And Alaric and Deckard hear Droop start screaming in Goblin as he's running up the front stairs. Intruders! Intruders! They made me bring them here! They're trying to... They're attacking! Run! Everybody, they're really powerful! Help! And he's just screaming for help as he's running toward up the stairs.
Can I
towards
try
the
and
front.
shoot
Kill
him?
him. Deck could
He
kill him.
starts doing this?
Plant the
Oh,
bolt
Lar-
in his fucking head.
I don't know how
You
far away
certainly
Alaric is, but he's either going to try to throw a javelin at him or run at him and hit him.
Can we all fire a volley
I
at
have
the
no
same
range.
time?
All right, everybody roll for initiative.
Okay.
I'm only the first two people are gonna get an actual action. So.
I don't have a ranged action, so I'm.
Sparkle, did you add your modifier?
I did not. This is initiative.
Yeah, initiative.
It's 2, so 8.
8.
Oh,
Blackman's is rolling all. I remember
I
when you used
did
to do this.
I just have to do it twice.
That's good.
Oh,
Blackwood's
So
like,
he doesn't,
"Oh,
you don't have to roll
initiative."
disadvantage on perception or on initiative.
What happened to my screen? There's just shit everywhere.
Focus roll.
Can't-
for initiative.
Can't see
I
anything.
thought I had to roll twice.
Not for this. So the
All
first
right.
one, you rolled
15.
15.
Hold on a second. I gotta fix my math here.
6d20 plus 2.
I just broke Dan's fucking screen.
All right. So Thornton rolled an 84. So he gets no.
I look over at Alaric and I'm just
Thornton,
like,
can
really,
you roll
really,
a
dude?
real? Did you roll a real one?
Well, I don't.
They rolled a 15.
He said he doesn't want to because he doesn't have a ranged.
Yeah, I don't have any ranged attacks, so. It's
Oh,
like,
okay.
Can't you,
cool.
can you
If-
throw a two-hander? Like
if you
hand
let
over
me-
end?
If you let me piss really far, then I'll fucking roll.
All right. So did Blackwing get the initiative? Is that what happened?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Even with okay. So he got a 15.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
I got
So
an 11 second.
Blackwing, you don't hear. You didn't. So in character, as far as whatever goes, all you hear behind you is the goblin just going blah, 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 just yelling and sputtering whatever and running up towards
Right.
the front door. You see Alaric and Deckard turn around looking kind of alarmed. Deckard going for his crossbow. And right above you, you see this, hopefully you guys can see it, this goblin standing at the top of these stairs running towards the front opening. Oh, I'll expand this a little bit because you guys see into what this is. So you see there's like some like busted up, broken down, like sort of doorway opening into this place. And that's where Droop is headed.
That little shit.
Yeah, sorry guys. It's hey, you got us here, right? So
You did.
not like we wouldn't have found our way anyway. But
I'm gone for 10 days and you guys are just trusting goblins.
he was the.
Never trust goblins.
I mean, I got no problem with them. I thought you guys
I
were
broke my rule. I hate
anti-goblin.
goblins. But I don't want to break Thornton's heart.
You know, when we were in the camp, I almost asked if he's free or not, like or unsecured.
We cut him
Not for
loose.
that reason. I actually
You
thought,
purposefully cut him loose.
Yeah.
I'm trying really hard to not be kind of like smarmy about it. Like, wow, if I come back and you guys are just I'm fucking our shit up immediately.
Hey, dude, you should do whatever you think Blackwing would do. If you
Yeah,
want
no,
to
I
light
know.
up this goblin, you can. If you want to just like look at the group and be like, "Why the fuck are you guys even with the goblin?" I'm
Is
cool
it
with
my?
that.
It's so I get to attack.
It's your action. Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
got
shit on him if we get him. I'm just letting you guys know. A new level for me.
All right, I want to because I want to see. I kind of want to test how good my magic is now that I've been kind of like I don't really know what condition I'm in. So I want to use Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh. All right. I like this, especially when I have to look something up. Will knows what this is, but I don't.
I'm just like
Should be 2d6, 3d6,
it says
and it'll,
46.
and it'll run away. Oh, what
Wait a
level?
minute. Wait a minute. Where do you have Dissonant Whispers? Oh, there it is. That's so. Wait a minute. So you haven't used any of your pack spells. It looked like you had.
I used Charm Person on that ogre, so I assume
Oh yeah, you used Charm Person. Oh yeah, so yeah, okay, you're using Dissonant Whispers.
I would have used Charm on the guy to make him stop, but I can't do that again.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
So I'm rolling
s-
46.
Yeah. So the cool thing about this spell is it's only verbal, so you don't even have to use any magical
Well,
components.
it's a wisdom save, right?
It's for him. It's the wisdom save against Blackwind's spell DC,
Right. Mhm.
save DC. What's cool about this is you don't have to use any. You don't have to do any hand motions. You don't have any components. It's literally just whispering. So Blackwind looks up. He sees this whole thing. He's not sure why the group's with the goblin in the first place. But now that the goblin is tearing up the stairs away from the group, yammering on and on about whatever, and sees everybody else's reaction, Blackwind looks up and the group barely hears him, literally whispering in this like weird arcane, and it's kind of staring at the goblin. Go ahead and roll your.
How do I do 46?
Hold on a second. I have to roll my save.
And then am I just literally hitting 4 for the
Yeah,
amount
then
of
you
roll?
can do 4d6. I think you can roll that either way.
So it takes half damage if you pass
Right.
the save.
Right,
And it doesn't
so
run
wisdom. So he's got
Can
a
I just hit
minus
it 4
1.
times? I don't know what's
So-
happening.
So in the advanced
Yeah, you can hit
roll-
it 4 times.
Yeah, you could do that.
All right, so 4, 6, 6, 2.
Okay, so
Can I use this?
also he failed his save. So
Those are good rolls.
Yeah, for sure.
Good rolls, Blackwood.
Thank you, sir.
Good to have you
Damn
back,
it.
buddy.
What level
Okay.
spell do you cast?
So warlocks
It's a level
always
second.
cast at max level. It's like a requirement of them. So warlocks get very few spells to cast. Like he can only cast 2 spells,
Oh,
but
wow.
they always cast at max level. All his spells are always at max
That's
level.
sick.
Oh, really? Because I have Charm Person, Dissonant Whispers, and Witch Bolt under my. So I have
Right.
3.
So like one of those spells might actually be a first level. Maybe,
Oh, I
let's
see.
say, I don't know if they are, but they cast as second level because you're a warlock. So you get less casts, but they're always more they're always the most powerful they can be.
Okay.
So anyhow, so you start just whispering at this goblin, and he instantaneously just crumbles to the ground and dies. I mean, it's almost like he didn't even have time to react. He just normally this spell would like cause this pain, and they would run and they would be fearful. This just internal psychic damage that you're causing him, he just like collapses and is completely silent and just kind of twitches once or twice.
And I just turn to the group and I'm like,
lays
eh?
at the top of the stairs. Like you literally just told it to die and it died. Is what happened.
Oh my god.
Thoradin, I don't know how you react having formed a bond with Dart or Droop.
Oh, he's not. Look at him. He's not even. He doesn't give a
He
shit.
deserved to die. He broke the code.
Right.
No.
And I was
Friends don't lie.
And I was in the process, like this was all happening, and I was bringing my crossbow up to shoot, and I just saw Droop just drop dead, and I'm like,
Still got it.
So I walk up to
Blackwood's
the corpse.
back.
So as the body falls, ironically, Droop also rolled a 1 on initiative, so I was gonna give everybody a shot at him. But as
Sorry,
the
guys.
body's sort of teetering there at the top of the stairwell, it actually falls over the side of the stair, over the ledge of the stairs, and falls down right at your guys' feet. And Droop is just laying there, just a skinny little corpse of a goblin.
Tell me
All
you're
right,
gonna piss
so-
on the body. You're gonna piss on the body.
No, I'm gonna shit on him. So DM, I would like to shit on the body.
All right, it's cool. So
Demon-
let's
Okay.
get those pants down.
Did you say cool?
Yeah.
Oh.
Before he's like actually starts to drop trout, did we hear any like does it seem like there's any change in the atmosphere around here? Like I don't want to
yeah.
be taking a dump in the middle of like a bunch of things running
Right.
out to kill us.
Did his warning work?
Spargle, make a perception check.
I'm so eager to just shit on people. It's just not good.
Is this a new thing, or are you just shitting in front of people now?
I haven't shit yet, so I've just been peeing. So this would be new.
Okay. You're just gonna lay a fat one across his head.
Yeah, I was gonna light him on fire too, but we'll talk about that as a group.
Okay.
Spargle's looking around as all this is going on, and as entertained as he is by the goblin just instantaneously dying and flopping over, he doesn't seem to care about anybody's life, well-being here. You notice, Spargle, shit, hold on one second. I forgot. What's happening here?
Why am I dying?
Doug would be so mad at me right now. You see a rather shoddily made short bow pop out of what looks like a bit of a slit in the wall over here. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Right here.
Yeah.
And you see it sort of turn the corner and it's drawn back on the group.
All right, so I point to the crossbow and I say, "Defenders!"
When you say that, you hear some shouting in Goblin, and everybody roll for initiative.
Here we go.
let's see what do we got here.
A very rare double-digit initiative roll for me.
There you go.
I rolled
I
a
have no
1.
idea what Spargle's got. What kind of weapons do you have, dude?
I like when you look at me, I obviously look like a caster type. I've got like a glass staff, but you don't see much in the way of other than like a small dagger. I don't really care much.
So you are a magic user?
Oh, just so you know, he also has a severed head hanging from his belt. Just
What is the species of the head?
It's in a red cloak. It's wrapped in there, but it's it's humanoid size head.
Okay. That's not disconcerting.
Yeah, it's a little gross.
Uh-oh. Who'd I miss in the turn order?
Blackwood.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a 7. And Deckard had a 5. Okay. All right. So Alaric, you see Spargle starting to point up at this little slit in one of the stone dilapidated towers. And as soon as he says that, you notice there is a short bow sticking out around the corner, trained on your team. It's your turn.
You're saying right here, right?
Yep. Sticking right out of that little opening.
How's it going to be for me moving through where Droop is?
Fine. You could stomp him. Now, this is a raised area. So these stairs, this is two stairs go up left and right to this little like platform area. So it's like the entrance to this castle is raised up with stairs going left and right. Droop had ran up the ones. Blackwind did his thing and he fell off the edge. At the top of the stairs and the platform is where you see like what was the front door. That's all just.
Okay, so how is it going to be for me moving up past Droop? Like, is that way up? Is that a hill there?
So you would have to go up the stairs. So you need to like button hook up the steps.
Okay, I see. So
These
I
are
would have
steps. You'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So I could probably get to like the base of the steps, pretty much, or on the steps.
About the bottom of the steps is about 30 feet.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Now you from where you're at can see up into that opening, and you see that there is a goblin. Now he's kind of tracked you as you've come to the base of the stairs, and he's pointing that short bow at you.
He could see me.
He's following you. Like his bow and arrow is like kind of tracking you as you're coming to the bottom of the stairs.
How high up is he?
Okay, I guess all right.
It's like one stairway up. And then he's probably another 8 feet up. So
he's about 20 feet.
No. He's no. I'm sorry. No, he's about 8 feet above you. He's at the this level is where he's at.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
One
flight of steps up, and then
so if I was like right here, could I throw something at him?
Show me again.
Right where I'm at.
Yeah,
I could throw something from there.
you can. It's going to be extremely difficult because he's on the opposite side of an arrow slit, whatever you call those little arrow slit kind of openings that they had. So murder hole. He's considered in 3/4 cover.
Okay, but if I'm like right here, right up against where the stairwell is, he can still see me?
Yeah, like the top of your head. It'd be like if you were standing on your second floor landing and somebody was in your family room.
And I'm aware of this guy?
Because Spargle shouted that there was because you saw you saw the short bow. Because Spargle was pointing at it, you see this hanging out of the window, the little.
Okay, all right.
Because he had to turn around the outside to shoot at you guys. So Spargle was very observant and saw this sticking out the window.
Got it. All right, so I'm gonna hang out right here, like at the base of the steps, and I'm gonna kind of like duck, cover a little bit, and maybe like put my back up against the wall, and that's about it.
Okay. Are you gonna like crouch down and get into cover?
If I can, I mean, if
Yeah.
maybe
I
don't
think
fully
given that there's a
understand
change in elevation here, you can dip down into cover and you put yourself into
That's
like
what I'm
half,
thinking.
half,
You know what I mean?
half
Like-
cover because of the steps.
Okay, you're right, because I'm like running to the front of the castle, and it's
Yep.
like the end of my movement. I think I would like stop and be like, all right, let me regroup here, catch my breath, and then make a dash for it.
Yep, totally. I think that makes good sense.
Okay.
All right. So Alaric moves up to the bottom of the stairs and then tries to get into somewhat of like a sort of strategic position. Spargle, it's your turn.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. So if I'm here, I have like one more move. That the stairs going up. Can I kind of use like that somewhat as cover the stairs going up, and try to take a shot at that guy?
Like you want to be positioned under the stairwell, like Alaric is. You
Yeah,
can
like,
you.
is it open stairs basically? Is it like an outdoor, like going up steps? Like there's no like wall on the far, like my side there, right? I can see past the stairs at the murder hole or whatever they call those.
Yes. So I would give you, if you're standing on the stairwell,
Yeah.
you can see them. You'd be in half cover. They, being on the other side of an arrow slit murder hole, are in 3/4 cover.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take a shot anyway at it with the firebolt.
All right.
And I'll just say, lucky shot! And
So you're rolling a spell attack?
yeah,
All right.
not a very good one.
Hold on a second. I got to double check this. Okay. Yeah. So you were you doing a firebolt?
Firebolt.
Firebolt. Yeah. So Spargle kind of like skirts over after Alaric goes and gets himself in a strategic position. Spargle comes over towards the back of the steps and kind of hunches over and tries to arc you see a bolt of like fiery sort of energy fly out of his hands. And unfortunately it just sort of like smashes right into the side of the stone tower and just leaves a little bit of a scorch mark there. And you hear the goblin yelp a little bit, but didn't hurt him at all.
Got it.
Anything else that you want to do or can do?
No, just at that point, just try to duck down. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
take my shot, and now I'm going to duck down with the rest of my move, I guess.
Yep. So you and Alaric are in half cover because you've got some wall and stairway in your way between you and the murder hole.
That's it.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. Blackwin, it's your turn.
Can I see the bow from where I'm standing, or do I need to move?
Yep, the whole party. Deckard, you didn't have a line of sight on it, but you get from where everybody's kind of looking and pointing, you get that the general vicinity of where the attack's coming from. You don't have a line of sight, though, to attack from where you're at. Blackwin, you also don't have a line of sight, but you saw the opening that the short boat came out of.
Dan, really quick, I don't want to interrupt. Did we skip my
Yeah.
turn for a reason, or was that?
Oh, wait.
Or was
Yeah,
that by
that is-
design?
That's his
Wait,
turn.
you rolled a 10. Why did I have you so low down there?
I saw him at the top beforehand.
No, I don't know what happened there. Sorry. No, it's
After Sparkle, right?
yeah. I don't know what I might have hit. Maybe I hit the arrow twice by accident. Sorry.
I mean, I could be shitting, so maybe that's
yeah, you were still wiping your ass from shitting on Drew.
Did you actually shit? Did we not see that?
Sparkle stopped me. He was like, "Hold on, I want to check the fucking rabbits."
You had to like pinch it off like mid. That's the worst.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, let me." All right, so all right.
No, it
so,
is your turn.
Prairie dog.
prairie dog, and now I got a turtle head poking. All right, so I want to see what's going on. 15, 5, 10, 15, 20. This area intrigues me because I see what's going on over there, and I see commotion. I'm like, my dwarven sneakiness. I'm like, oh, let me try and get behind everyone.
Yeah.
So like I see rubble and I see rocks, and I'm like, maybe this dwarf could sneak behind.
You see a pile of rubble that goes almost as tall as the tower. So you don't see clearly into what's behind all this mess. But with a good enough sort of scramble, you could probably get up and over this wall of rubble and see what's sort of behind from where you're at.
Hey, I'm due for a good roll, right? Let's do that scramble. Let's do
You're
it.
gonna do. Let me see. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if that would be
Yeah, we'll do an athletics. That's fine.
I think that's athletics because that's a lot of like strength and climbing. Yeah, let's call that an athletics check. Plus, you're probably better at that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do
All
for
right.
a good one.
So, Deckard, you're standing over there kind of scanning the whole situation as it's going on, and you look over to the left, and instead of running towards the fray, you see Thoradin just like a fucking spider monkey just like climb up this like gravel wall, and you're like, oh man, there's no way he's going to get up there without it all just like sort of collapsing around him, but he does. He sort of scales it and kind of, jumps left and right. And Thoradin, you get to the top of this pile of rubble, and you look down and you see you're up above another room. And what you see is what looks like some sort of barracks, right? So you see 4 plain straw pallets and bedrolls lined up on the floor of like a barracks. Brackets on the walls hold a number of weapons. So you see like spears, swords, morning stars and stuff. And on the north wall that you're standing on top of is the completely dilapidated sort of rubble that you're standing on the top of. You look down inside, and looking up at you are these 4 really big, really well equipped, like better equipment than you've seen before. Humanoid looking, about 6 foot tall, extremely muscular sort of creatures. If you've ever seen a hobgoblin before, which I don't know that your character has, that's what you're looking at. So these are hobgoblins.
Do they have any? Do we get map reveal over here or not so much? Oh
yeah.
wow,
One
basically,
second.
Very.
If an Urukai fucked the tiger. All right, cool. All right, so so
exactly what it looks like.
Oh my god. So do they have ranged weapons? Do I notice any ranged weapons?
So all of them were laying down, just kind of chilling. They didn't hear all this nonsense going on outside until one of them goes, ah! And points up at this dwarf standing on the pile of rubble.
Shit.
And they don't seem threatened at first. They're more, the one looks to the other almost like, the fuck is that? And they all jump to their feet, and you notice that they're all in military gear. They're not just in their evening clothes. They've got longbows on their back. They're wearing chainmail. They've got shields. I mean, out of the goblinoid type of creatures, the bugbears, the goblins, whatever, these are the most militaristic, well-equipped of them that you've seen. They have really nice, like all of their gear looks consistent, or even the red brands and the goblins and the bugbears you fought were all like sort of haphazard. These look like an actual uniform, and they have big, nice long swords, and then a bow and a quiver on their side. So they have long bows and long swords, and chainmail armor. I mean, they're not to be fucked
All
around.
right, so I'm gonna climb down.
All right, hold on a second. I got to roll initiative for all these guys you just
Oh
added to the fight.
no!
I love that you just climb right back down. You're
I
like,
just
"Yep."
Wait a minute. No, you're not climbing back down. You're
no, I'm not. I'm gonna pee on these guys. That's what I'm gonna do.
I hope you do. Like, you
I-
might as while you're standing up there, just whip it out and try and hit all four of
I
them.
gotta try and get back down. They're gonna all shoot me with bow and arrow. I'm gonna get my ass lit up.
Well, can't he like instinctively pull his head back? Like, does he have to stay in the line of
Oh my
sight for
God.
these guys?
1, 2. All right. Oh God. Well, at least I got my shield.
Black. When you had a 7 initiative.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Thoradin, that was your move.
Right.
You
right,
still
so-
have an action.
Oh God.
You can use a dash and move a double move and just get out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Um,
dash. I gotta get out.
Okay. So you can move another 30 feet or whatever your movement is.
And we see him come back down, and aren't we kind of like,
So
Yes,
this
he's not-
yeah. So
he's
I'm
not one to run away
Do
from
you say
danger.
anything like when you're coming down?
yeah. So I just run as fast as I can, and I get down, and I'm like, this, and I'm just sweaty. There's 4 hobgoblins in that room back there. Even I shit me pants, and I just took a shit on through.
When you say hobgoblins, I mean not everyone's paying attention to Deckard, but I just scowl. Like you see my whole body language change. Like pure just fury and rage comes over me. Comes over Deckard.
Oh God, I can't believe I did.
And you watched, and so what you saw was Thoradin run to the top of the thing, look down, and just do a 180 and come running back down going, hobgoblins! And then Deckard's face just goes cold. And you're staring up at that sort of broken opening. All right, Thoradin, yeah, you moved yourself back, so that's sort of the end of your turn. Chasing after Thoradin, one of these hobgoblins scrambles quickly, almost as if he's done it several times before, to the top of the pile of rubble. And he's drawing his longbow as he comes to the top, and he stands up top, and he looks around, and he like moves it. He's like scanning, and now his eyes are wider that he sees that there's more than just one. He thought it was just this dwarf scanning or running away. And he pauses for a second on Deckard and then moves it over towards Thoradin and fires.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm rolling.
No, I got to roll. You can.
Oh yeah, I have an
eat
18. That's
protein
right.
bars.
Making eggs
You're making eggs right now?
and bacon. Yeah. This dwarf has to stay full.
Do you have like an oven or a hot plate?
I got a hot plate and 4
All
men.
right. 17 to hit you, Thoradin.
No, sir.
What
try.
are you wearing? What kind of armor are you
I
wearing?
got heavy chainmail and a shield.
All right, so this hobgoblin kind of chases you up. You scramble down. You're like sliding down the fucking gravel, and you look at Deckard. You're like, fucking hobgoblins! And he fires one off, and it just like literally bounces off your chainmail and shoots up over, towards the back into the woods. And you're like, whoo!
Yeah, and I give him one of
And,
these. I give him one of these.
And he scowls at you. And just stands there and starts barking in Goblin. So Deckard and Alaric here. Get up here! There's more of them. There's at least 5 or 6 of them.
So I go to
And-
Deckard and I'm like, did he call me fat? Sorry.
No. Deckard, do you say anything in response?
Wait, you said that to me?
I said, did he call me fat?
I don't even hear you. I'm raging. I'm
Blood rage.
I'm looking at this hobgoblin like jaw clenched, like
But I'm just like,
because this
he
is all happening
called
in
you fat, bro.
in
He called you fat.
real time. I'm drawing my crossbow. Like I'm ready to attack him.
You're fucking locked in the zone. You're,
Yes.
you're ready to go.
Yes.
You're fucking locked in.
I'm LeBron coming back for the block.
That's
All right, so you hear some scrambling around inside the room, but you don't see anything else like pop out up this way. All right, Blackwood, it's your turn.
All right. Is there a fifth bogey, or was one of these guys the one aiming the short bow out of the murder hole?
You still haven't got eyes on the whole body of the one that was shooting a crossbow or a short bow out of the thing. It's still
Did he
like
actually
you don't
fire
know
on
what's
anyone or no?
He hasn't yet, no. But that was inside of the room, and they've sort of you don't have a good line on that right now.
All right, then I'm just gonna, since I'm on a roll, and this.
But you do see that hobgoblin standing on the pile of rubble in front of Deckard.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do an Eldritch Blast on this guy. Or wait, can I do Witch Bolt? I just want to pull out the big guns.
No, you use Charm Person and Dissonant Whispers, so you're
Okay.
out of your pack slots. You got to stick
All
with
right.
cantrips now.
All right, then let me. I want to do an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
And so that's 1d10 plus 3, right?
But first, you got to roll an attack with +5. You got to see if you hit him with it.
Oh,
first.
1d20 plus 2?
+5.
Okay.
he's new here, folks. It's all right. He's new.
Oh, good. Oh.
Not really though.
Yeah, just the angle that you have on this is really bad. So you try to like skim it along the side of the tower, and it just goes wide left, and your blast just like shoots off and lights up a bunch of trees as it
Place
goes off.
is out,
in the
man.
distance.
That's it.
And I'm like, hey, I got that goblin, though. That was sweet. Remember that?
Don't forget that. Anything else that you can do right now? Any bonus action or react? I don't think so.
No.
I think you're
I'm
probably
just
good.
gonna,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna let the big boys.
All right. Deckard, you hear like the similar sort of like scrambling of rocks kind of like pouring down themselves, and you see another hobgoblin pop up on the other side of the rubble, and he's looking. He only really sees you, and he pulls back his longbow and fires off at you.
We're gonna need
20
some hot
22
crossbow
to
action.
hit.
Yeah.
That hits.
Four damage.
Not bad.
Are you doing anything with that? Parry or anything?
No,
else?
I can only parry melee.
Okay. All right, so you take 4 damage. And it's
Okay.
your turn.
All right, so that arrow hits me, and I freaking yank it out of my shoulder, throw it down,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
and I approach this one here,
Oh god.
and
Wait, I didn't see you ping it.
this guy here,
Uh-huh.
dagger out, crossbow in the other hand, and I just swipe right at his throat with my dagger.
All right, roll your attack. They're heavily armored, so they have really thick armor and shields, just so you guys understand.
Okay.
Does he have a
More-
shield
more-
with the longbow though?
Damn it. All right, I miss. And so I swing back around with my crossbow, put it right to his head.
Do you get a bonus when you fire from that short of a range?
He does. Woo!
Ooh, nice.
Natural 20. So, you know how I do it, which isn't as
Yeah.
fun as but roll your base die one extra time. And thanks, Punch, for that call out, because that is relevant. It didn't change what happened there, but I got to remember that.
What did I do? What happened?
Punch reminded me that when they have their longbows out, they're not using their shield, so I have to drop their AC by 2. But you still
Oh,
missed.
got it. Yeah.
You still missed with that dagger.
Right. So, yep, I trying to think here. I'm wondering if okay. So, yep. I'm just gonna roll this.
Is it 2d6 plus 4?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
9 damage.
9 damage. All right. So, yeah, your dagger kind of just glances off of the thick chainmail. You just didn't quite get the right angle. But then you bring that crossbow around, and that one hurts. So the bolt goes clear through his chainmail, deep into him. He screams in pain and starts wriggling around. He's still up, but he don't look good.
I action surge.
Okay.
Where is? Yep. So I action surge, and I shoot him again. I reload a crossbow again real quick. Fuck.
Yep. So yeah, and you guys, so Blackwind and Thornton, you're kind of watching Deckard go up there. He's pissed. You see these hobgoblins come out. Man, he's just locked onto these guys. He comes up and swings a dagger and fires. And then you see him with like uncanny speed, sort of just reload that same crossbow again and fire it off. But I don't know if it's in the haste or the fray on the gravel, but that bolt misses entirely and just kind of shoots off into the distance.
A bunch of shitty fucking rolls.
They were stale. I walked a long way with them.
I see what you did there.
Nice.
Staying in character.
All right. Alaric and Spargle, you see another goblin. Just a kind of another small, skinny goblin. It's got a scimitar and some leather armor come running out of the front door. Looks like it might have came from one of the side rooms from where the Aerosmiths were. Now that looks like good food. That's better than the fucking yogurt. All right, and he runs out. Actually, he runs out and like dips into like the corner underneath where the arrow slot is, and you guys lose sight of him. He just sort of like cruises out, and he's like sneaking around a little area, and all of a sudden he just sort of you don't see exactly where he went. Kind of like lost himself in the little like nooks and corners of the room. Alaric, it's your turn. You're standing at the base of this stairwell. You saw this goblin kind of run out and then you lost track of him. You hear Deckard on the other side in some bit of a commotion.
Just in a fit of rage, Alaric is just going to run up the stairs. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to make his way over towards the gate that's torn down.
How far can you move? Go ahead and
I can move further. I was just curious if I can see as I move and how that works.
Yeah, let me see.
Because I can move another 10 feet or so after where I'm at right now.
Yep. So you see one of the goblins that might have probably came out of the like side room, kind of cruising over. You see him like just standing back over there, like he's maybe just came out or was just hanging back there, and that's what you see.
These doors are completely torn down. I mean, it's
they're
wide open.
Like literally, yeah, they're on the ground. So this castle consists of 7 crumbling towers of different sizes and heights. But the upper stories are all in varying states of collapse. A short flight of steps that you just took leads up to a terrace, which you're standing on, in the main entryway. Past the wreckage of a pair of sundered doors lies a shadowed hall, and that's kind of what you're looking into. You have dark vision, so you can see all the way through to the back of this hall, at least in black and white. Round towers loom over the entranceway. Those are where you saw the arrow slits and stuff, with dark arrow slits looking down on the terrace. And you're now standing on top of that terrace, and there's the doors are just like on the ground, just a pile of crap.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop my movement where I'm at, and I'm gonna chuck a javelin at this goblin.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
How many javelins do you have on you?
I keep 5 on me at all times. And I
Like, how
can
long are
retrieve
they?
them after. How long are they?
Yeah, like, are they on your back kind of thing?
Yep. Kind of like in like a monster quiver.
That's
I guess
sweet.
I'd call it.
I dig.
22.
So you get to the top of this platform and you see this goblin with your dark vision kind of at the back of this hall, and you almost in one motion throw this javelin and it pierces him straight through the center of the chest. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Nice, dude.
9 damage.
And it lifts him off his feet and plunges him backwards into a pile of rubble where the spear or the javelin goes also into the pile of rubble, and he's just laying there almost sort of crucified on this big mound of rock, dead. Spargle. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's it for me.
Okay, Spargle, it's your turn. You saw Alaric run to the top of the stairs, and as he was running, he just chucked a javelin, and you heard a yelp in a goblin yelp, and then dead silence.
All right. So from my perspective, I see like these three guys. You guys are like engaged with something probably. I don't even know if I can see Deckard, but
You can see Deckard from where you're at. All you see him and some nondescript sort of large armored humanoids sort of like scrapping with him.
but then I just see Alaric run off on his own. So I'm gonna back you up. How do you? Quick question here: is diagonal a move like a 5? Okay. 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, I'm gonna go right behind Alaric. And do I see anything from here other than maybe that impaled one? 5, 10, 15, 20.
Make a perception check.
And am I like standing right in front of this murder hole, or am I like below it?
You are standing like in the like sweet spot for that murder hole to shoot somebody.
Ah, sweet. Can I see through that at all?
If you can tell me if you want to try to look through the murder hole or if you want to look down the hallway, and I'll give you a perception check. And if you roll well enough, I'll tell you what you see.
I will. I'm gonna say I'm looking at a murder hole because I'm standing right in front of it.
Okay. Roll
There's a
perception.
window, and then there's my head. Right.
That's what your character's focused on right now is the murder hole, not the hallway.
Yeah, I want to back up him, but I'm a little
no.
concerned about this thing I'm standing in front of that just took a shot at me.
Yep. Go ahead and roll perception on that.
Okay. Oh, perception. Sorry.
Yeah. You can't see, even though you have good vision in darkness. Wait, yeah, you have dark vision. Everybody's got fucking dark vision.
Yeah, I'm a gnome.
I don't.
Even though you have good, even though you have, oh, you don't. At least somebody's fucking blind.
Sorry, we can be your eyes in the dark.
you're able to see at least a few feet into the room, and you notice that there isn't anybody immediately at the death hole.
Okay.
It's still your turn. You just moved. If there's anything else you want to do, you can.
But I don't have anything like nasty in front of me or anything. I tell you what, I reach up and I tap Alark. I tap your weapon, and I say, let's say more firepower, and then I cast magic weapon on it.
Did you say more firepower?
Yeah,
I like it.
and I tapped your weapon, and it you
So
now
you cast that as a level 2?
yeah.
Okay.
Are you like Thoros of Mir now?
That's what it sounds like.
Kind of.
The lady-
Actually,
the lady in
you
red?
just went. Shh.
Oh, what happens with Melisandre?
Beric Dondarrion? Oh no.
So
Dude, you got to see that.
You need to watch.
You touch
that.
a non-mag until the spell ends. The weapon becomes a magic weapon with +1 to attack and bonus and attack and damage rolls. Nice. So your Adam, your great sword for the next hour, as long as Spargo can concentrate on it, is +1.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, Spargo?
nope.
All right. Deckard, you hear the screaming of a third hobgoblin scrambling up the same kind of mound of rubble. But then you hear it go, because you speak goblin, you hear it go, ah, fuck! And you hear this clamoring, boom, 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 boom. And that's all you hear.
I'm assuming he didn't make it up the thing.
You rolled a natural 1 trying to get up to the thing.
Fuck.
Love it.
That's what everybody likes when I use my normal dice as DM. There we go. All right. Thornton, it's your turn. You now are, you had your pants halfway down, about ready to shit on Droop's face when Deckard ran to the left and got in the fight with a bunch of really big dudes, and Spargo and Alaric went right up the stairs and started firing shit off at goblins.
All right. Well, I see Blackwood next to me, and I say, "Oh, I just wanted to shit live. That's all I wanted to do."
I know, bud. I'm sorry.
Let's even this fight up a little bit. So I go over here.
How many feet was that?
That was 25 on the dot.
All right.
So
Now this hobgoblin here has a fucking a bolt sticking out of him there still, Will?
Yep.
And he looks really fucked
Right
up.
through
The other one has put away his longbow and has a sword and shield drawn, and he was about ready to start carving up Deckard until you ran up. So you see this almost dead one with a bolt sticking out of him, and this one who's just sort of rearmed himself.
can I cast a spell and attack, or I can only do one or the other?
If the spell is an action, requires an action to cast, you can only do that or attack.
Right.
Your Hunter's Mark and Shield of Faith are bonus actions. Your other ones are full actions, so you can either do those or attack.
I'm gonna use Hunter's Mark on that fucker.
All right, that's your bonus action.
And I'm gonna pull my sword out. I'm gonna pull out Talon, and I pull it out, and it's glowing. It's gold. It has a golden bright glow to it. It's blinding. You look in the direction of Talon, and you have to shield your eyes because it's just glowing. So I pull it out, and I say, "Let's even this fight up, you son of a bitch!" And I take a big hack at him.
And this is the top one?
The bottom one with
The,
Hunter's
bo-
Mark.
the wounded one?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay. Let's do this.
They do have some serious armor.
Ugh.
That is the worst.
So Thornton comes running up and he says what he just said, and he pulls out Talon, and you see his other hand sort of like form this like sort of holy energy that he's about to like cast at the hobgoblin before he strikes with Talon. But unfortunately, he forgot to pull his pants back up as he was shitting on Droop, and he scrambles and kind of his feet fall out from under him on the gravel. And he falls with his pants around his ankles into the gravel. He manages to get himself back up on his feet, but completely missed that attack. All right,
I'm starting to get worried.
The hobgoblin, who's like almost dead, still has the longbow in his hand. At that point, he just sort of drops it. Doesn't really have time to like don his shield and all that, but he just like throws his longbow down and grabs his long sword and just swings it rather quickly at Deckard. 6 to a hit.
No.
But because all the commotion with the pantsless dwarf rolling down the rubble and everything, he's distracted and completely misses.
Deckard dodges it. Fucking Floyd Mayweather.
That's what I meant. I meant Deckard, super sweet on his feet, like a cat.
The money team.
All right. Alaric, you hear to your left, you hear a more firmer, louder sort of yelling as you see for the first time one of these creatures, these more militaristic, more well-equipped kind of goblinoids come around the corner. And he sees you, and he has his sword drawn as if he were ready for battle. These guys now seem to be very confident and very excited about the idea that they have a formidable fight at this point. And a hobgoblin comes running towards you with his longsword, and he swings out. Nope. All right. And he swings out 7 to hit. But as he's kind of coming around the corner and everything, Alaric just swats at the longsword with his massive arm and just smacks it away and growls at him. And the hobgoblin looks a little bit surprised, but still on the attack. Blackwin, it's your turn.
All right.
To your left, Thornton and Deckard went left, and they're scrambling with these big, well-armored goblinoid creatures. Spargle and Alaric are up the stairs and towards this like front opening, and they seem to be having a little scrap over there too.
We call them a largle when they're
Can I call out to the group or no?
Yeah. You can say like a quick little, a
I just
turn.
want to be like, who needs more help?
It was about 6. You got about 6 seconds to do all your shit. So, or a few seconds.
I just want to like I don't know whether to go left or right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I
you
guess
gotta just make the call. I guess.
Right.
Stop being a little indecisive bitch and go, lad.
All right, so I basically do the exact same thing that I did before. I rub my hands together, but instead of Eldritch Blast, I decided to try a Chill Touch.
Ooh.
A little bit more luck with that one.
Yeah. All right, and who are we hitting here?
So the one right in front of Deckard is so Thoradin missed his last thing, right?
Yeah,
That's right. So
I want to attack that one because I don't want him to. So the top one.
the top one who hasn't been damaged yet. The one below that's with Deckard's almost dead. The one above him hasn't been.
I mean, is Deckard in immediate danger, or should I try and finish off that? I mean, fuck. I know that
he is engaged with both. He's like locked up with both of these hobgoblins at this point.
All right, let me hit the top one then, and then they on their next turn, those guys can finish them off. Is what my thinking is.
All right, there you go. So it was a good. I mean, so So at this point, this is both verbal and semantic. So Blackwind starts chanting his thing and making some sort of hand motions, and you guys see this like skeletal-looking hand almost come up from the ground and reach around. These giant skeletal hands reach around this hobgoblin and just start crushing him. Go ahead and roll your damage.
And
It's a D8.
it's just 1d8, right? No modifier?
I think it's just a D8.
I look at Deckard and say, "You thought I was fucking weird with the hands."
Oh, come on. 2. God, now I know how you guys feel when you fucking miss that roll.
Oh, here.
I have a skeletal hand around this guy, and the hobgoblin's just going to be like, what?
What?
He is like steel.
Even though it doesn't seem to really constrict and cause him much pain, he looks a little weirded out, and he's kind of
That's usually
That's
what Blackwind
good.
does.
That's all I-
off
that's what-
balance.
that's my spell.
That's-
I weird him out.
He that is the
So he's definitely uncomfortable.
Yeah,
yes, right. He's
that's the
really-
Blackwind
make-
spell.
I
You
make
Super
hurt him
annoyed.
too much.
uncomfortable.
He's just really uncomfortable.
And no, but that goblin himself, is looking around, confused. He just takes his longsword, brings it down on Thoradin, just because he doesn't know what else to do at this point.
I put
Sorry,
my shield up.
A 7.
Yeah, I put my shield up, and I'm just
Keep rolling whatever dice you're rolling, Dan.
Yeah, it's my famous white one.
Yes, keep rolling that one.
So that one, So this hobgoblin brings down this big, nice, sort of well sharpened longsword, but Thoradin just easily blocks it with his shield. Deckard, it's your turn.
So when I missed on that second crossbow shot on my last turn, I immediately twirl my dagger around on my hand and bring it back down on the hobgoblin in front of me.
All right.
you dumbass.
And I missed.
Oh,
Can I roll something above a fucking 10?
Better than
you
my
got
one.
great modifiers. Oh wait, hold on. This is against the hobgoblin.
The one
Yeah,
right
it's
in
a
front
miss.
of me.
Yep, it's a miss.
So then again, quickly reload the crossbow and shoot him. My God.
Yeah, both of them miss. I mean, you guys are you haven't fought enemies before that had such good armor. You're used to rags and hides and stuff. These guys have actual military armor, and you miss. Can you do anything else?
No. I've rolled 5 times. I've missed 4. How is it possible my modifier is to only hit 20% of the time?
Right. All right. Alaric. Oh wait. Okay. Alaric, you suddenly realize you're shocked that out of the corner, zipping around this little corner here, another goblin that you never noticed before. He'd been just so perfectly hiding in the shadows. Kind of zips around the corner and tries to stab his scimitar into you. Natural 1. These dice are fucking seriously fucked, right? So anyhow, this goblin kind of dips out of the shadows and he goes to stab at Alaric and he just completely misses. And the scimitar comes flying out of his hand and he's tries to grab it as it's going down, and Alaric just traps it with his foot, puts his foot down on it,
That's
and just
sweet.
pins it to the ground and stares at this.
Does
little
Alaric
goblin.
have hooves or does he have feet?
He's got real feet, human
Okay.
feet, and boots.
Alaric looks like a huge human. That's all you need
Yeah.
to know.
Well, you're not a human though.
He's
Don't
shaved
tell
down.
him that.
He looks very human. He's a half.
He
orc, but
looks
he
as
very
human as Michael Jackson looked white.
Right.
So there's
Something's
that.
a little off.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
right. It's he looks human, but he wasn't always. So the scimitar falls to the ground, and Alaric sort of traps it with his foot.
So he's gonna whirlwind now and hit the both of them.
My turn.
But then the goblin, realizing his mistake, does a little bit of a sort of backflip, sort of like somersault backwards, and disengages from Alaric with his bonus action and gets out of his range.
Did you get an attack of opportunity
freely.
then?
No, he does. He disengaged, so there's no attack of opportunity. But now this goblin, missing his scimitar, starts to draw his short bow out. But Alaric, it's your turn.
Okay. So still with the great sword in both hands,
Which is now +1.
Right.
So your great sword is now like gleaming with a bit of a light.
Are you enraged?
So as a bonus action, I'm going to enrage. I wanted to do that last turn, but there was a lot of talking, and I didn't want to interrupt. So I am going to enter a rage as a bonus action this turn. And then I'm going to take a swing at this cocky-ass hobgoblin right in front of me.
So rage gives you advantage and +2
I just
damage,
get +2
right?
damage on things, and then things don't hit me as hard. That's basically it.
Okay.
Physical damage.
And advantage. You get advantage on strength rolls?
I'm not attacking.
checks.
I'm not attacking recklessly. That's different.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is just rage, just extra damage on melee attacks that hit.
If you're
Alright, cool.
attacking
And resistant
recklessly,
to
you can
physical
take more
damage.
damage, right?
What's that?
If you're attacking recklessly, you can take more damage.
Right. So if I attack recklessly, I get advantage. But then things that attack me, they get advantage on me. I'm not doing that right now. Just entering a rage as a bonus action, then attacking. 19 to hit.
You hit very cleanly.
2d6 plus 4. So you said I get a +1?
Yeah, did you add your +1 to that? Not that it matters, but
What was I supposed to on a hit?
yeah, +1 on attacks and damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was just for damage.
No, it's both.
I did
As
not.
a
So that
+1
was
weapon.
so that was a 20. But whatever.
Cool. Yep. So roll your damage.
So
Oh.
15.
Yeah. So this very confident, well-equipped hobgoblin, almost sort of like it just has this very militaristic sort of presence. Just as this great sword comes through with this gleaming glow of energy, it goes through his chainmail. Actually separates the chains of it and just sort of like, and then you feel. As soon as it kind of pierced that chainmail, it just dug right through all his sort of flesh and guts, and he just sort of spills it all out and falls forward dead.
Nice job.
So
The goblin behind him makes a little bit of a yelping noise. You think that maybe these goblins are used to these hobgoblins being like sort of the elitist and like they never fall in battle, and they're like they're sort of commanders, so to speak. Seeing one of them drop so quickly, like one-shotted, freaks this goblin out a little bit. And it's still your turn. Everything else.
So I'm going to actually move up since I haven't moved this turn. I am going to charge, not that I can do anything about it this turn. I'm going to charge at that goblin that tried to stab me and then started running away.
So you're going to at least get like engaged with him and get into range?
I'm going to get in his face as much as I can. Try to threaten him.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm able to do.
Move wherever you want up to your distance.
Okay, I'm going to get rid
I'll tell you if you see anything else.
I'm going to get right next to him.
All right. So as you kind of move closer into the foyer here, this area, I'll reveal a little bit more so you see what's going on. Yeah, you can now see this whole sort of. Hopefully, I'm doing this right, not showing too much. But
Yeah, it looks perfect. It looks just
you
like
guys
the
are
site would be.
cool if I don't. Doors stand closed to the north and south. with a crumbling mound of rubble partially obscuring the southern hall, kind of right behind where remember this goblin got the javelin kind of pierced him into this big pile of rubble? That's right behind this goblin. To the east, that's east, right? A broad corridor ends in 2 more doors leading south and east. So you see doors over here in this little opening. The corridor is cluttered with dusty rubble and fallen plaster from a partial collapse of the ceiling overhead. So, again, the whole thing's just a fucking mess. All right. Anything else you want to do, Alark?
That's it for me.
Spargle, it's your turn. You saw Alark carve a hobgoblin in half, step over his body, and charge this other goblin who's just kind of standing in the middle of the room, a little bit terrified.
I'll take a step up and then release a firebolt.
All right. Roll your attack.
Say Inferno. Shot.
That was at the goblin?
Goblin. That's all that's left, right?
That's all, yep. I mean, besides the ones that Deckard's fighting. So you fire another this time your firebolt sort of hits the goblin, but it just seems to like singe and burn his leather armor, and he kind of like pats it out real quick and looks around. He doesn't seem to have taken any damage. Anything else you can do?
No, but when I see that miss, I'm going to take a few more steps in here. So wait, and just here, I believe. And 15, 25. Okay.
All right. Deckard, from the area that you heard the sort of like clamoring around and scrambling inside of the room that you're in, you again hear some scrambling around. And you hear another in-goblin go, "What the fuck?" As he just like, you hear another collapse and crash and just rocks just kind of falling all over each other. You don't know what's happening, but somebody's having a real fucking bad time inside that hall trying to get out.
That's awesome.
And that "what the fuck" was a little bit of me out of character in my dice. All right. He didn't roll a natural 1 at least. It was a 2. Thoradin, it's your turn. It's your turn. Now what you see is these 2 goblins in front of you. The one with the bolt in him to the south is almost dead. The other one had that like creepy looking icy hand come around him and start constricting him. He doesn't look as fucked up, but they've both been hit and they're both looking at you and Deckard with angry faces.
Yeah, so I say to the hobgoblin on top, I say, "Oh, that fucking warlock, he's weird, right? With the fucking hands." And then that's all. And then I attack his friend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Roll your attack. +1. Oh wait, no, that's a Alark. Never mind.
There we go. All right. Wait. Okay.
Talon gave you +1, right?
17.
17.
35% chance to hit right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good call on the attack, you think?
Good call.
Yeah.
Wait, which one did you attack? The one on the south?
Yes. It was a bad call, wasn't it?
No, it was a good call. All right, so that's the one that had like pulled out his longsword but didn't draw his shield yet because he was between his bow and his shield. So he didn't quite have his shield out yet. So Talon comes through and just cleaves through the chainmail. It didn't get a lot through, but he was already really fucked up from that crossbow bolt that you do the sort of death blow. And the little bit of like sort of scrape you do across his chest, he just exhausted, collapses, and dies.
And now can I transfer Hunter's Mark to this guy?
That's right. Very good.
I like it.
Yeah. If you reduce a creature to 0 who has Hunter's Mark on him, you can use your bonus action to move it.
That's
What
like
does Hunter's
I've
Mark
played a fucking
do?
hunter for 17 years.
So then it adds a 1d6 to the damage. So, yeah.
Nice.
Huge. Okay. Excuse me. It's
So
huge.
he doesn't even have to roll damage for that guy?
Huge.
Nobody does hunter marks like you.
The one that he killed?
Yeah.
No, he did not need to roll damage. As long as he rolled a 1, he killed him. All right. And then you move Hunter's Mark to the other hobgoblin, the one that had gotten a sort of ghostly grip around from Blackwind. Anything else you can do?
Can I pee on the dead one or no?
Not yet.
Or can I cut his head off? No, not
You're
yet.
gonna need an act. No, you're gonna need an action for either of those things.
All right.
All right, Blackwind, it's your turn.
All right, so I just pull out my crossbow because my spells are clearly not doing that great. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, how the fuck do I use this thing again? I get the arrow fitted, and I take aim. I'm a little shaky because I'm tired and I've been through some shit.
You're shooting through two of us.
Could I hit you on accident?
Yeah, if you rolled a 1, I would probably make you roll an attack on your friends and see if they hit it.
Do it.
All right, yeah. I want to make sure this thing still fires anyway. You know what I mean? And there's 2 of you and 1 of them left. So that's. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just like, now's a good time to shoot my crossbow, especially since my hand didn't even fucking give him a chill. So do I do 1d20 for that since it's not?
Yeah, you get a with your crossbow. You do a d20 plus 4 to hit.
Oh, I get a 1d20 plus 4. Okay.
That's not bad.
They have good armor though.
Wow.
Okay, so that's a critical. So so that's a hit no matter what. You're gonna add. So now what you do is your base damage with a crossbow is a d8.
Right, but I get plus 2 because it's piercing.
So you roll 2d8 plus 2.
Oh, dude.
Oh, because I'm tired, right?
Deckard's gonna be pissed.
No. You do 2d8 plus 2.
2d8 plus 2. So I'm hitting 2 rolls.
Like that.
Right, or
like that?
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need to do. Hang on, just let me say things. All right. Yeah. So Blackwind has been standing in one spot. He has not fucking moved. He's just kind of walking, watching left and right. He's doing these whispering things. He's doing shit, and nothing's happening. Nobody's dying. He's like Indiana Jones with the whips, and he's just like, fuck this. And he pulls out his crossbow, and this crossbow bolt goes over Deckard's shoulder. Thord and Deckard are like, how are we gonna kill these fucking hobgoblins? And then, right between the 2 of them, this crossbow bolt comes and fucking right in the middle of the forehead, just fucking explodes the back of this hobgoblin's head, and he's dead before he hits the ground.
And you see Deckard, his back is to Blackwind.
Blackwind, can you wink at him? Can you wink at him when he looks at you?
And he just turns and is just just his eyebrows.
That's my jam. What are you doing with those crossbows, man? That's my thing.
How'd you like them apples?
Damn, son.
How do you like them apples?
I have to give up this magic shit.
Anything else you want to do, Blackwind?
No, I dropped the crossbow like a mic drop.
What is this uncivilized weapon? All right, Deckard, you see all that happen, and the only other thing that seems to be a threat in your
I kicked the U.S. Central.
Hold on.
Are we there?
Hold on. Are we here?
I lost everybody for a sec there.
So whatever you said, Dan, you got to repeat it all.
All right. Well, and then everybody's dead. So that was a great campaign. Thanks, guys. Deckard, yeah, you saw all that happen, right? And including the fucking uncivilized weapon sort of just drop the crossbow thing. The only other thing that seems to be a threat in your area is you've continued to hear this yelling and swearing and scrambling around in the room that's sort of beneath you.
Yeah, I hear that noise, and I try and climb the rubble.
So when you if you want, before you move into the room, when you crest the rubble, you do see laying kind of on the ground, just standing up and picking up his. It looks like that newbie on the ski slope that just wiped for the first time, and he's like looking around for his skis and poles, and he's like standing up, and he sees you, but he's got his shield and he's got his shield now wielded and a sword drawn, and he sees you kind of coming up over this pile of rubble.
Okay. So I kind of flip a dagger up into my hand and toss it at him.
Like just sort of backwards style, just like right into his face. All right, go ahead and roll it.
Well, I guess am I in melee range? I guess I'm seeing myself as above him, but am I?
I mean, you moved here and then
Okay.
saw him. You can move one more square and be at me.
You could jump down in the room if you wanted to, right?
Yeah, screw it. I'm just jump. I jump. Like I take my dagger in my hand and jump and just drive it down like
Nice. I like
straight.
it. Yeah. You're always throwing your daggers. I like you hanging on to it. Let's see.
Oh my god! Can I roll something out of single digits for Christ's sake?
So you come in and you see him and you just grab it like sort of hilt first and you're ready to just dive down. But as you're going down, like sort of fucking Jetson style, you're like scrambling in the gravel and you whiff. And you're standing right in front of this hobgoblin, but you didn't connect.
You hear Deckard just yell "fuck," and then I bring my crossbow around and put it right to his temple.
There you go.
20 to hit.
Yep. And the crossbow kind of goes, it shoots in. Go ahead and roll. He does have chainmail and a helm, so it might not like totally pierce his head. We'll see.
Yeah, and screw it. So I'm going to use menacing attack as well. So I'm rolling an extra D8. So I'm going to roll a D8.
Pretty good idea, just for the record.
How often can you
7.
menacing attack?
He gets
4 times.
He gets 4 times per short rest that he can use these optional dice.
That's sweet.
So 15 damage.
All right, so Deckard's sort of scrambling around. He comes at this guy, he misses with his dagger, and then you see this like look of conviction come over his face as he pulls out this crossbow bolt or his crossbow, and he kind of pauses for another second to just make sure he lines this one up right. And this time it goes clear in and out of the guy's fucking Adam's apple.
Oh,
It misses the chainmail. It almost sounds like it went too quickly through. But just the amount of blood and this hobgoblin dropping his weapons and holding his throat as he collapses to the ground makes you realize he is definitely dead.
Yeah, he's super dead. I guess. Right.
All right.
You guys
There wasn't anything else you could do, Deckard, right?
No, I'm good.
All right. The only one sort of left in this whole room is this goblin.
Did we lose Crocus?
yeah,
I'm still here.
I
Oh,
don't see him.
Just lost
have your
video.
I only
This
see
goblin
Punk.
attempts. Hold on one second. I gotta look a thing up. This goblin, looking around, sees no allies. He sees this monstrous Alaric in front of him. He uses his bonus action to disengage, and he like dips away from Alaric before Alaric can do anything. And he runs over to this door, and he starts banging on it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, it's 11:45. Do you guys want to like kind of hit pause and just kind of pick up where we left off? I don't want to go too late. Or we could go another half hour's worth of combat.
Uh,
I'll do this like veto black ball style. I totally don't mind at all if somebody's just like, hey, I got to get up early. You guys want
Yeah,
to keep going?
I could
Finish
use
up?
some sleep.
yeah, I'm cool pausing here.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
good.
That's a
there's
cool little cliffhanger.
There's no fireside chat. There's no long rest. We start the next session. It's a quick recap, and we're in the middle of combat.
Are you,
The goblin.
can you keep the turn order and stuff like?
Yep. Yeah. It'll be right where we left off. So the last thing that happened was you guys killed all these things that ran out of the front of the Cragmaw Castle, but the one remaining goblin ran south, got away from Alaric, and started banging on the door, yelling in Goblin. And
So then we're going to start the top with our Alaric then.
Can we at least know what he's saying in Goblin? Is a large.
He is. Yeah. He's yelling, "Intruders! Intruders! The front gate is breached."
Okay.
And we will end the session there. The
When
goblin
can we play
banging on the
next?
door.
Cool.
Whatever you guys want.
I
But
was
he's
so
banging
for
on the door and he says, well, we can do fire. We can do like chit chat online, but there's no real fireside, like, camping going on, the
Right.
guys in the middle of a fight.
we could be like, I mean, I guess you're gonna have to kill that guy right again. But if we had like 90 seconds before where we're like regrouping or something like that, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know how to play.
I mean,
See anyone?
we always say like, hey, we're gonna do fireside chat, and then we don't do anything until a half hour before the next session. So
Yeah, but now that I'm back, like, you know how I like to blow that shit
oh
up.
yeah, that's what I'm most excited about.
That's true.
Great job, by the way, Crocus, kind of with your re-intro little solo adventure.
Thank you very
I
much.
want to
Thanks,
tell you guys,
everyone.
I didn't cue any of that up. I just told Crocus, I was like, do things. Here's what's going to happen. There's so much more story behind Blackwind, past, present, and
Oh yeah,
I'm glad you guys don't even know about yet because
I'm excited, dude. It's gonna be
cooler
fun.
later. Crocus and I have been role playing this all week, but great job getting that introduced and I don't know, that was fun. Good session.
yeah.
We're getting
Guys.
pretty close to where I will call this first adventure sort of a wrap and move into the next thing,
I
which
can't wait.
already is in motion, whether you guys know it or not.
I love it.
Awesome. Love it.
All right.
All right, I'm
All right,
gonna
guys.
shut the stream off. So thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks, viewers. You couldn't do it without you guys. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at enforcer.ttv. We love you guys. We'll catch you next time.